You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up? What's good, y'all? Can we do a snow day check-in? Come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. I know no other people are live, but y'all know how I do. A girl got to get in where she fit in and when she feel like it, okay? And it's kind of good when I go live right after work. That way I can get my lives over with, and then I can settle in for the rest of the night and get cozy and cuddle with my Pella. Okay? But what up? Hey, Miss Hall, what's up? What's going on? Hey, Melissa, what up? Mel. Hey, Miss Hall, how you doing? Beautiful. She said, hey, girl, hey. Thank you for donating to my goal. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, boo. Thank you. I'm going to drop the link, too, for anybody who wants to join me. I'm not really discussing nothing in particular today. Just a few things that I heard and seen on the YouTube streets in the B sector that I thought was funny, but just a little kiki. But other than that, I just want to chop it up with you guys because it's a snow day. A lot of people are at home. A lot of people is at home with them kids. I know them kids is getting on your nerves, child. It was people talking shit in our city on Facebook all damn day because they didn't close the schools down today. Now, they closed the schools down Friday. Oh, hold up. My little cousin, they commented on my reel. I just posted a reel of some food I made. But they done closed the school down Friday because it was like damn near -4 when we got up in the morning on Friday. But today, they didn't close the schools down. So people was like, what the fuck? Why ain't they close the school down? And somebody said, well, the high is supposed to be 25. They're not shutting the school down if it's 25 degrees outside. But then somebody was like, yeah, okay, it's supposed to be 25 degrees. Later, like maybe 3 in the afternoon or something, but early in the morning, it was cold as the fuck, feeling like -5. So I don't understand why our city didn't close the schools down today either. Tomorrow, they said it's going to be a 2-hour late start, but I had commented on the post because it was one of my Facebook friends who had made the post, and I said, well, you know what? I understand it's gonna feel like -8 with the wind chill this morning. When it's high, it's supposed to be 25. But what I did was I learned my lesson really quickly. When I had my children, at first I used to fuck off PTO, fuck off vacation days, fuck off. I didn't give a fuck. I'm sick, cough, cough, cough. I'm staying home. Child, I learned after having kids and them kids being sick, especially that oldest one who used to have severe asthma. Okay. And also, matter of fact, my grandson is going through it now, but seizures and shit like that, which I'm hoping and praying he grow out of too. But when he was born, because of the way she was breached and shit, his arm was wrapped around his head. So when they was trying to pull him out and stuff, he kind of had like a little scar on his brain. So they say that might be the reason for the seizures. We don't know for sure, but he does have a little scar, but it's not really affecting him. So don't, it's not really affecting him because trust your girl panicked. When I found out, I was crying and praying. I was like, oh, my ancestors. I'm reaching out to my ancestors. Sister Mary, my mother, not Jesus' mother. Sister Mary, please look down. Please look down and tell God to heal my grandbaby, your great grandson. But He does fine. You've seen the boy. He don't act like he has anything on his brain. He's just a bouncy, lovable, huggable, so full of spirit and joy and happiness. He is just everything, just my life, everything. So, hopefully over time, whatever is going on, but he has to get, and he hates it. He hates when he has to goes through those machines, and oh my God, he's only 4. That's the worst part of it. But every now and then he has to be checked out, make sure nothing's going on up there. But and y'all, around like 2:00 in the morning, his mom sent me something the other night. It was an approval from one of the schools, one of the really nice grade schools that's in our area. It's only been open for maybe, 6, 7 years. And it's literally right down the street from me. And we have been praying that he get into that school because we were trying to hope that he could be in a school that was really good school, academic wise, you know what I'm saying? Still close to the hood where we live. So I'm a hop, skip, and a jump. His other grandma, who lives like maybe a mile. Let's see, 1, 2. No, she's probably like 8 blocks up. His other grandma is literally up 8 blocks up the hill from me. So, and then my son and them is probably about 3 miles past his other grandma. So we're all like in a line. So, if anything happened, emergencies, get sick or whatever, somebody is nearby to gather him up or get him out of school or drop him off or whatever. So I'm praying. They already said they believe he's going to get in, but I'm just praying for that too. But yeah, you said no school here. Miss Hall said no school there open. Mel said we have a 2-hour delay here tomorrow because it's going to be 9 degrees in the morning. Well, here's our weather for I showed our weather the other day, but here's the current conditions right here. Let me move this banner. Okay, here's the current conditions right here. Low 12, the high was 25. Of course, that was posted in the morning, so you're not going to see the high right now because it's like 5 in the evening. So they're going to post the low is 12. No precipitation. That's good. Tomorrow, 25, low 9. Then 32, low 13, 24, low 6. Friday, y'all. Friday, 15 with the low of 0. And when they have the lows, when they, add the wind chill to that, it always feels much colder. So when they say low 12 tonight, it'll probably feel like, when they say 12 tonight, it'll probably feel like 0. Tomorrow night, it'll probably feel like, shit, I don't know, -5. Oh, but Friday, where it says 0, it'll probably feel like -15. But yeah, a lot of people is dealing with cold weather. Some people, the cold and the snow. So, you just got to stay warm the best way you can. And, keep some kids in the house, because that's one thing I learned. Like I said earlier, when it comes to school, I learned how to save a lot of my vacation and PTO throughout the year for those days when the fuck ass school district don't want to shut the doors of the school. It's cold as the fuck. And these kids is walking down the street cold. And kids don't always, you can send them out bundled up, scarf, 2 hats, 2 coats, 2 boots, everything, face masks, everything. And they'll be halfway down the block taking their coat off, putting their child. I see it all the time. Kids be holding their coat, cold in the book bag. But yeah, it's just be so cold. So yeah, I said that on the post. I said I learned a long time ago. I know y'all mad and shit, but it's times like these where you gotta make a sacrifice. Shit, save up some PTO days so you can stay home with your babies. Because I know how some jobs are. They don't give a fuck either. Some jobs, I'm sorry your kids ain't got no school. I don't know what to tell you. Take them to a neighbor. I don't know. Put them in the lunchroom at work. I don't know. But one thing I did like about one of my jobs, they did have like a daycare up to a certain age, and it was free. It was free. And the kids, they wasn't like no teachers or nothing in there. They just played all day, watched TV, cartoons, colored. They had meals because we had whole kitchen, whole restaurant type of deal in our kitchen, like real food in our job. I used to love that when I used to go to work because, boy, the food was so slamming. Breakfast, lunch. I mean, there's food available all day long. Cooks, fresh food cooked, all kind of vending machines, vendors. That's one thing I miss about going into the office. But will I sacrifice being at home all day in the coziness? No. I'll make my own food every day. Like I got a pot of pinto beans. I uploaded the short, but I got a pot of pinto beans still in the crock pot. They got about an hour and a half to 2 hours to go. But yeah, and I'm gonna smash that with some sweet cornbread. Ooh, wee. Yes, that's what you call that. Ooh, man, that winter snow day food, that comfort food. And thank you for dropping the cash at Vibrant. What up, boo? What up, though? But yeah, so you guys, again, I didn't have too much to talk about today. I did watch King Roman's the other day. I don't think his show was supposed to start off as a call-in, but it ended up being a call-in. And a lot of people, boy, they be calling and they be going off on certain content creators. These subscribers be calling in. They be going in on the CCs, boy. But today I just happened to be watching Lady Nika, and I knew it would get to her. I knew it would get to her eventually. Maybe it got to her right away, but she didn't come live until earlier today. And King Roman had went live the other day. And one thing that he said, he was like, what was the title of the show? The show was called Are You Snowed In? And like an hour into the show, he said, you know what? A lot of people got cold weather going on in snow. He said, did y'all go and see the Weather Channel? Did y'all see how the storm was affecting all those different locations where the content creators live? So he said he started matching the storm with where content creators say they live. And he said he was looking at Louisiana to see what the storm going to look like because, you know, somebody said, somebody said they need ice. They need ham. They need lunch meat. They need bread. They need cheese. I was like, what? Who the fuck said all that? Who out here asking people to buy them ham and lunch meat and cheese? But I immediately thought, I was like, oh, damn, that must be some shade to Lady Nika. It gotta be some shade because I don't know anybody else who really lived down there in Louisiana. And I guess he was like trying to say that a lot of people was in certain areas where it really wasn't going to be that bad. Because I ain't going to hold you. There has been times where there has been storms and people have came on here, getting cash apps and shit. And they was nowhere near a storm. We have had that happen. So no shade, no tea. That shit has happened. But, you know, I wasn't really focused on where people live and who was getting. I'll be taking people at their word. You say you live in New York. Y'all say y'all got 13 inches of snow. You say you live in Atlanta, y'all got 3 inches of ice. You say you live in Texas, y'all got ice. I just be taking people at their word. I don't be going back and investigating and all that shit. But anyway, I knew it was going to get back to her. And so it did. But it did. And he was like, I wouldn't be asking the crew, you know, do they need that? I need a loaf of bread. I need some ice. I need some ham. I need some lunch meat, you know, shit like that. And me personally, no shade, no tea. I wouldn't come out here and ask y'all that either. I've been on this application it's been almost 7 on this channel, like 6.5. And on my main channel, almost 8. I've been entertained by the sector longer than that. Because I didn't start a channel until I was actually watching YouTube for a while. So, but for the time I actually had a channel, I ain't never done that. I mean, yeah, we might post our birthday cash app. We might go on Amazon every now and then and have like a register, something like that. When I moved into my house some years ago, I did a register on Amazon. But just asking for everyday normal shit. I need bread. I need tea. I need pop. I need juice. I need milk, butter, ham, bologna, eggs. I don't be doing that type of shit. Now, no judgment for those that do. But I'm total in agreement with what he said about I would be asking my relatives. My mother's no longer here. I'll be asking my aunties, my cousins. I got plenty of people to just, hey, what up? And we done that before in the past. My family done that before. Sometimes it's hard. No shade, no tea. Sometimes I didn't have people come and shop in my fridge. I didn't went before and shopped in my mama's fridge, years ago. When the struggle was real. Hey, it ain't nothing. A cousin called, a brother called, hey, can I borrow something? I need to get some groceries, some gas. But I'm glad I have that circle of family, that village. It's pretty bad when you don't have a village or somebody to reach out to, because that's only what one can assume if you have to be out on here. And Lady Nika says she didn't ask for no bologna and no lunch meat. She didn't ask for nothing like that. She said she didn't. King Roman, he probably was just being a little shady, just throwing some shit out there. But she did say she didn't ask for those specifically. But I'm just saying it's bad. It's sad, really, if you don't have a village, if you don't have anybody around you to just pick up the phone and say, hey, bro, hey, sis, hey, cuz, mom, dad, auntie, uncle, shout out to the people, shout out to village, shout out to the people who have villages, and to those who don't, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, so I saw that over there, but she was really like upset because she was like, what have I done to this man? Why is he always coming at me? Why is he always shading me? Why he always allowing people on his panel to drag me? And she was like, I really don't understand what the fuck I done to this man for him and the crew to always be, fucking with her or whatnot. And then she mentioned something about cyber stalking. I was like, oh. Lady Nika said, I don't know what I did to that boy. He act like I rejected him. I just walked away and I just don't give a fuck about it, And she was like, the people say you can't control what the callers say when they call in. But she said, if you're up there laughing and sniggling and giggling, with some of the shit that they're saying, that means you're pretty much co-signing. And well, we didn't have those conversations before, right? On different panels. If people are in chats, there are even content creators out there who say, if people is dragging me in a chat and that shit is funny, laugh. They be like, shit, I be laughing sometimes at the shit when people be, not me. This is what, content creators have said. They said they be laughing sometimes when people be dragging them when they say something that's really fucking funny. Like, bitch, how the fuck you come up with that one? Which bag did you grab that from? But you know how it is. Sometimes people feel like if something is funny, they gonna laugh. Even if somebody's in a chat and they hear a content creator talking shit about somebody and it's funny, they gonna laugh. They gonna put the smiley faces. Now, I know how a lot of people feel when it's somebody they really attached to, like maybe they mod or they good Judy or somebody they have a relationship outside of YouTube, and they feel like, well, you shouldn't be laughing. You shouldn't be giggling and kikiing and shit like that. Don't even drop down. And we done heard them situations before, right? Where somebody happened to drop down and happened to laugh at a certain moment, and it seems like that moment was right when somebody they cool with was getting dragged. But we know how YouTube and the internet is, right? Somebody could be talking shit and they could be totally done with that conversation and moved on, and something else has started, but somebody might have dropped down in the chat and start busting out laughing. Then it might appear as if they were laughing at something being joked or said about somebody they're supposed to be cool with. So we know how it works with the chats. The chats sometimes be behind. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't take too much into, I don't know. I guess I just don't take the shit that serious. I mean, you have to be like somebody really, really, really close to me. And it's only like a handful of people on here who I could be getting dragged and they just in the chat, caca, or up on the link talking shit too about me. And then I'm like, okay, I see where we stand. Deuces up. No love lost. You go your way, I go mine. But if it's not somebody that I really feel that way towards and they laughing or something in the fucking chat, I don't give a fuck. I'm not even a chat reader. People be telling me, who is that? Somebody keeps telling me, it's in the chat, Hood Table, it's in the chat. You need to be in the chats. I be trying to be in the chats, but I be also trying to pay the fuck attention to who's on the screen, to who's on the panel. It's kind of hard for me sometimes, to do two things at once. Okay. And I'm up here like trying to watch the chats, especially if they got 5, 6, 700, 800,000 people. I don't know how y'all keep up with the fucking chats and try to still be entertained by what's on the panel or who's on the panel. But you know, some people take that more seriously than others. And Lady Nika, she got every right to feel like, you know, he's co-signing if he's laughing and giggling when people, you know, a lot of times King Roman, when he don't want us to know he laughing or kicking, he will put that towel over his face, or he will put that banner up. I love that banner with the towel over the man's face, which is him. But he'll do that, and I have done that before. I have like went off camera before. If I was on camera and something was said really shady or really funny in the chat or the panel, I hurry up and turn my camera off, and I'll be on mute. And usually people know I'm in the back cracking the fuck up, just cracking the fuck up. They be like, Hood Table, come back on, get back in here, Hood Table, and get back on that damn camera. I'll be like, my bad. I had to do something real quick. But yeah, so y'all, Lady Nika, that's how she feels. But then Dory hit the panel, and Dory was like, why is he? You know, what happened? Like, where did this all start? Why did y'all all fall out? And I almost forgot why they fell out. But regardless of why they fell out, Lady Nika said, you keep messing with me. She said, I already got like an excellent cyber stalking case. I was like, okay. She said she has a cyber stalking case if she wanted to pursue it. And she did say that I feel like I'm stalked. I feel like I'm being harassed. I feel like I'm being bullied. I feel like, you know, and a lot of people do call him a bully. A lot of we didn't heard it. That's how some people feel, that he's a bully. But they also say that shit about other people like Diva. And they used to say that about VS. They used to say that about Fi. They used to say that about I don't know, a lot of people, they used to call them bullies and shit. But you know, when we get into this area, into this sector of YouTube, you know, a lot of times, a lot of shit that people do seem like bullying, even though somebody might say it's the B sector in one breath. If you can't, you know, if you don't want to beef, then you shouldn't be, you know, doing in the beef sector. Like some of us are in the beef sector and we don't want to beef. We don't care to beef. We don't care to joke. I mean, we don't care to talk shit all day and be in arguments all day and all night. And then they got to pick up every fucking day. We get on the internet all day, all night, into the weekend. Like, it's entertaining to watch sometimes, but at times it can be a little much. And that's why some people do got to take breaks. I included. I do got to take breaks. Sometimes I step away from watching, and sometimes I step away from giving commentary. And then, you know, I might pick back up every now and then like I am now. But, you know, sometimes it's okay to take breaks. Some people say they're going to take a break. They'll be back in 2 days or a week. And they can't even do that. They can't even take a 5-hour break. They say they're going to be gone for 2 days and they back in the next 12 hours. The next 12 hours. They can't leave it alone. They can't. Did I drop the link? I can't remember if I dropped. Yep, I dropped the link already. Okay, I just want to make sure. What up, Noble? How you doing? What's up? What's good with you? I know you said you was deleting your channel. Now, is that just because you just want to start a whole brand new channel and start off doing different type of content that you don't want the B sector connected to? Or you just totally leaving YouTube alone? You're not going to have no channel discussing no type of content? I know you said you get married next year. Is that the reason why? You know, I know some people get in relationships and they push back from the tube to focus more on their relationships or what they got going on in their family, which is good too. But I have a lot of different channels. So some of them B sector people know about, and some of them B sector people have no idea. I have a whole nother channel. Every video I post gets no less than 2,000 views. Every video I post on another channel that don't nobody know about. And then I got my cake channel and I got other channels too. But I don't, when I'm on those channels, I make sure I log into that email, and I make sure I don't use that channel to follow anybody in the B sector. I don't click on nobody's video. I don't search any of those people names, those people, like I am part of those people. You know what I mean, though? But yeah, when you create a totally different channel, you don't want to connect it to YouTube. You got to make sure you never, ever go to any of the B sector people. Don't look at their videos, nothing. And it will stay. It will stay in its own lane. And you'll have your own algorithm for people who follow you and people who search for your type of content. And then while you're doing that, on that other channel, find people with like-minded content. And that's how you grow in, you know, different type of sector or whatever. But yeah, I have many channels. So I'll never delete this one because I have a lot of numbers on here. Hell, I got like a video at almost 600,000. I got a video at over 125,000. I got a lot of videos up in the thousands. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to delete it because, you know, and it's a nice little stream of income. I don't make as much money as a lot of these people do, but it's a nice little stream of income, you know, a little bit. But you said getting away from the B sector, I have more important things going on. These people are haters. Well, it is a lot of haters over here. We can't have them all. No, but we cannot please everybody. Oh, you didn't see the link? Oh, hold up. It's in hold on. Let me put it on the other video. Hold on. I'll do you a solid. You probably watching the vertical one. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, there you go, Mel. I put it in the vertical one. So now it should be in both. So if you want to hit the link and join me on this cold winter snow day, feel free to hit the link. But yeah, okay, so Lady Nika, she basically to prove I'm like, you going that far? To prove that she has ice and snow down there. She done went outside, y'all, while live. She done went outside. She done showed the snow, the ice. She showed her neighbor's yard, her yard, her neighbor's yard. She showed the street where trucks was driving back. The utility people was out there because she said some people having issues with their lines. She was out on her porch, on her patio. She said, do I need to show y'all my carport? I got a truck in my 200 under the carport. Do I need to show y'all my carport? Do I need to show y'all my cars in the carport? It was still people trolling in her chat saying, you know, that's an AI. Man, when I tell y'all, I about died. I about died. Somebody in the chat said, you know, that's AI. She said, this ain't no AI, damn it. How the fuck AI got trucks driving up and down the street, like in real time? Like, she's like, there's a truck right there, and there's a truck right there, and she said, look, the wind is blowing. Look, the wind is blowing shit around. I'm like, that's a damn shame. When y'all got Lady Nika outside in the cold, y'all know she's getting over a sickness. You know she under the weather. Oh, I hear myself.
Do it. Listen.
Some people over here don't like me either.
How about now?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, some people, everybody ain't gonna like us, Noble. That's one thing about being. Everybody ain't gonna like us. Ooh, I'm still in the Maybe you need to drop all the way down.
Do I need to drop it up?
Yeah, and come back.
Huh?
Okay. Want me to drop you? Okay, she go. Okay, but yeah, I mean, there's certain people on here that I don't like either. I just don't. If I don't like somebody, I just keep it to myself, and I just don't fuck with them. But you know, the people who beef and gotta have beefs all the time, if they don't like somebody, they're gonna make it very well known. And then there's some of us who just don't you know, we good. If we don't like you, we don't like you. We ain't fucking with you. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, that's how the beats have to go. People got to know for sure who like each other, who don't like each other, who beefing with who not beefing with who, shit like that. Hey.
Okay, how about now?
Perfect.
Okay, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
I don't know either. But girl, what up? Hey, Simply Sarah, how you doing? Dang, man.
Just what, maybe when I put it on, how is it now?
It's when I talk.
Because I was going to say, it didn't do it until I put it back on the little, I'm working, so I had it sitting on the little charger thing.
Oh, let me see now.
But
I think it's gone. I think it's good. I think it's good.
So I guess I just need to hold the phone.
Girl, I don't know, child. I don't know. Because, you know, you can go live on vertical and horizontal at the same time, right? So people watching you on the phone, they can have you on vertical.
I know.
So, yeah, that's why sometimes people come in and be like, why I don't see... Oh, you know, because you probably watching the other one. But, yeah. So, girl, did you see Lady Nika over there outside her house?
No, I didn't see it today. Or was it yesterday?
Today.
No, I didn't see it.
This morning. I wish I would go outside my house. See, it's snowing, y'all. See, I'm not lying. See, it's ice out here. See the air, the cold coming out the moisture coming out my mouth. She was out there just showing everything. Because of the fact that she had asked people to donate to certain items that she needed for the snow day.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody said, drop down in the chat, and they said, because Lady Nika said, why don't I deserve people to support me? She said, what's wrong with people pouring into me? Am I not deserving? So somebody dropped down in the chat and said, it's not that you're not deserving. It's just that you beg every day. It's too much.
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
She was like, block.
I was going to say, that was bold.
Girl, that was, you know, them trolls be trolling.
And yeah, you're right.
To troll certain people.
Yeah.
Sure. I can't stand some of these trolls. When they get in my chat and troll, I just block them immediately. If they leave something dumb on my comments under my video, I just block them immediately. I don't argue and fight with trolls.
Yeah.
If I ain't gonna argue and fight with a CC or a subscriber, I'm not gonna do it with no damn troll.
Girl, I didn't go live enough to have a troll.
Girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. But yeah, she said she got a cyber case that she could, you know, push through if she wanted to. Cyber stalking case.
Well, you know, like I was saying in the comments, I think it's up and stuck with both of them. I don't see that ever like just going away. And I didn't see both of them give and take. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's very up and stuck. And then when Dory hit the panel and said, dang, when did this all happen? Why did y'all start beefing? Girl, why I almost forgot. Like, you know how beefs be going on for so long, for so many years, you forget how it originated?
Was it from the whole chat gate thing?
It was from, okay, remember, because I literally damn near forgot. But remember when King Roman said he was being doxxed and he blamed it on Bree?
Yeah,
you know, he got let go from his job and all kind of shit back. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Okay, and so then he had blamed it on Bree, and Bree been saying since then she didn't do it. She's still standing on I didn't do it, never did it. So then later down the line, he had hit Lady Nika up and told her that it was Juan Key Pro. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Juan Key Pro, I don't think he's really a CC, a content creator, but they had put it on him, and Lady Nika said she sat on it for a minute because she was like, you know, sometimes people send her shit, she just sit on it. But she said she got so tired of him and the crew and everybody else blaming it on Bree, and she's cool with Bree. And she was like, what the fuck I look like sitting on this shit? And he's going back and forth with my girl and accusing her when she said she didn't do it. So she came out, she told Bree. So remember, Bree came live and said, yeah, why you ain't told nobody that it was Juan Key Pro? So then Juan Key Pro found out.
I remember the video.
And he did a video and he was going off. He was like cussing and everything. Tell me, why the fuck you put that shit on me? Da 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 da. I didn't do that shit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I can't remember why Roman said he did that. Why he told Lady Nika was him.
Wasn't it just like a test type thing though?
Huh?
Wasn't it like a test just to see if it was
I think it was. I think it was a test to see if she would tell somebody else. But you know, you should have known. That's like if somebody tell K-Fit something about, you know, they talk behind the scenes. It's gonna get back. It's gonna get back. You know, shit. That's like the people that I'm really cool with on here. Somebody say something about you, or you know, my girls. Okay, I'm like, what? And they blaming some shit on you, and it's somebody else. Like I'm be like, Mel, let me holler at you for a second. So that's what happened. So, but that's when the shit really hit the fan. Now, what a lot of people don't understand was why it hit the fan that much, because Bree told her friend, as any friend would. I think him and his friends would have done the same thing. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, it could be some things that we didn't miss because that's all we remember. That's how the shit hit the fan.
But see, I thought it went back even further when the whole thing with Demons O and the Chatgate came out.
That's what you're talking about with Chatgate. Okay.
Yeah, because remember that was when he started saying people taking sides. You say you're gonna be neutral, but you're not really neutral. But I guess the whole One Key Pro thing was maybe the nail in the coffin.
Probably so, because what I remember with the Chatgate, it was TMO. It was also what's her name? Face. Yeah. They had got upset because Face was in there while people was talking about Bree and da da da. And you know, as far as those, what do they call those chats? What do they call those chats?
Like the group chats.
Yeah, I forgot what that particular one is called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But whatever.
Discord.
Discord. I had joined one once before, and I was in there, girl, for probably a day and a half and left. I was like, this ain't it.
Yeah, I never joined one before.
And I'm just talking all day and night. The notifications going on. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I get enough of y'all on YouTube.
And see, that's why I can't do chats, because once I even and I hate when somebody put me in a group on a phone, because you can't take yourself out. Whoever created the group have to take you out. And when I start hearing that little ding ding, it drives me crazy. So I put it on mute. But it's just like, it's too annoying. I can't do that.
Yeah, I put it on mute too. Now, if it's on Facebook, you can actually remove yourself from the group. But I hate how they see you remove yourself. They can see it, but then again,
I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I then again, I don't really care. But
and the other thing I hate is when, even if you put me in a group, usually they'll say, do not respond, do not reply to all, but it's always somebody that's gonna do a reply all. So
girl, that's at work too. I'll be like, why is you replying to 3,000 people instead of the person who sent it? And then everybody getting all these messages. Oh my God.
That drives me crazy.
It's a mess. And
that's like a pet peeve for me.
Noble said I have to be ill to be too invested in the book. I just can't be too invested. And that's why the few times that people have tried to beef with me in the past, they over there beefing by themselves. And then eventually die down, because if you don't give it no life.
That's true. That is very much true.
Now, if you a beefer and you want to beef, you got to give it life. You got to give it all the oxygen you can give. Give them the whole tank. If you want to be, but if you don't want, I just keep on moving on like I ain't even heard shit.
Well, believe it or not, sometimes when you ignore them, it hit even worse than when you come back and forth.
And sometimes it do, but you know what? If that's what you got to do over there to make yourself feel good, to talk about me, and I ain't studying you, it is what it is. My ignore game is really good.
Girl, what you talking about? Me too.
My ignore shit. You ever go over there on LSA? They talk about everybody over here, including me. Including me. That LSA table. That bitch thinks she cute. That bitch thinks she that. I used to read LSA too, and I stopped doing that.
Well, I may have seen one or two things about you in the past, but they ain't never really seen them give you a hard time.
I done seen it.
Because usually I use LSA to see, like, because I ain't on like every day, but I go in and see what's going on so I can know who live to check out. Because you know, you miss a few days and you fall completely off.
But see, the thing is, what I noticed when I was over there watching and checking out the threads, the more content you do, the more your name appear in the chat.
Well, yeah, of course.
But if you're not really doing any B sector content, they're not over there talking about you.
Yeah.
And if you're not involved in some bullshit, they're not over there talking to. But
now that is definitely true.
They girls over there. I done seen shit over there. Girl, they over to the hood table. I'm at the hood table. What's going on over there? I done seen them kind of posting all kind of shit, and I done seen the negative ones over there too. And I just look at them and laugh. I'm like,
yeah, because you have been coming live a lot lately though.
I'm trying to make up for lost time. I'm trying to make
up. I seen your name pop up in a minute now.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, and I ain't been doing B sector content since like last March or April. So I just kicked that back up this January.
Okay, yeah, because I was kind of like the storylines was getting boring, so
and that's why I wasn't doing content.
Yeah, so like I only have very few notifications turned on to let me know when somebody going live, and the rest of them I just took the notification off because I'm like, I'm talking about
Yep. You said I got a kind heart, but see, that's the thing. Simply, like, I know it might sound cliche when people say I know how I can really give it up. I didn't hear people on here say I don't fuck with these people on that level because I know how I can give it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand where they're coming from because I know how I give it up in real life. If somebody really fuck with me in real life, if somebody really cussed me out, if some really stabbed me in my back or did me dirty, or you know what I'm saying, it's like no holds barred in real life. I promised myself I would never act like that on YouTube. Okay. I would never. The only kind of content that I'll do on YouTube is something I can look back years down the line and say, I ain't embarrassed.
Right.
This won't fuck me up in the future.
Gotcha.
As far as a job, as far as my family, as far as my kids, see a lot of things that happen on this platform. Kids, pictures, people being stalked, a lot of that shit happened on this platform. I made a promise to myself. I'll come on here. I'll give my commentary. I'll try to be as non-biased as I can. And the thing about it is I don't just do B sector. I do B sector, trending news, court news, celebrity news, hood news. We just shoot the shit news. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't stick to a certain genre per se in the sector. So I can talk about any fucking thing I want. I might not get the big crowds, but I still feel comfortable, and feel good about myself, about the content that I'm doing.
Right.
And that's it. That's all it is for me.
Yeah.
And Simply said, if you like doing your thing hood and the right stuff too, it is what it is. Can't nobody force me to beef. Can't nobody force me to come out my bag. I might say something back like, fuck that bitch, or I don't give a fuck what they said. I might do some shit like that. It ain't because I'm scared. It's not because I can't drag. I have a really bad mouth. Y'all hear me cuss on a regular, and I'm not even beefing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I cuss 90 going south. Like I have a really bad mouth, and when I'm angry, it's like triple that. Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, I can read down. Trust. I know that ain't Maurice. Mel, look.
Do I know Maurice?
You don't know Maurice?
I don't think I know Maurice.
Handsome Maurice, who used to come to my chat all the time, but he be acting shady.
Did he used to be on the Friday night show?
Yes, he used to come through sometimes for the Friday night shows, for all the shows, girl. But he must be down there booed up with somebody or something, because we don't see him like that anymore. He used to hit the panel and everything.
I don't remember. Was it the same name?
Well, it was Maurice. Well, I always say Maurice, but it's Maurice.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
It used to be MAU. It used to be the actual spelling for Maurice.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a truck driver. I do believe you're still a truck driver. And I used to be like, man, if you ever came through Nebraska, the land of the good life. That's what they call it here.
It looks like a player. I'm looking at that picture.
He know I just be fucking with him. No, he know. See, he laughing. He know I'm just fucking with him. Simply says, same. I stopped going live, but I have a small, nice crowd. There's nothing wrong with a small, nice crowd.
Right.
I mean, of course, a lot of people want to grow their channels. That's expected. Yeah. But how you grow your channels, to each his own.
Right.
Some people, we slow walk this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I have other channels that doing way better than this damn channel. Mm-hmm. Shoot, I got one channel, like I said, that don't nobody know about. I just started that mug up like maybe 2 months ago, and I promise you, man, on my mama heaven, every video that I post, and they all like shorts, thousands of views. Mm-hmm. Every video. And it has nothing to do with the B sector at all.
Right.
And I see that channel. I can't wait till that channel get monetized, because it's going to be soon. I get way more clicks and views over there. So now my third channel, because I got my main channel monetized. That's been monetized for years, and I got this one monetized. So now that next one, I'm waiting on that one to get monetized. It should be soon.
You know what? Every time I get on a good footing for monetization, it's like I just kind of lose interest. Because I'm kicking myself right now, because I bought that, which, I'm gonna write it off anyway. But I paid for the StreamYard for a year. I can count on one hand how many times I've been on StreamYard. Maybe 4 times. And it ain't cheap.
It's not cheap. And I be kicking myself in the butt sometimes, because I swear, I be taking my bank account. I be like, okay, I got this much in there. Next thing I know, I be like $50 less. Who the fuck took my money? I go in there, it's a goddamn StreamYard. I'm like, I ain't even been live.
And see, I go ahead and do the whole year. So it's like 5 something.
Oh no.
Because they give you a little bit of a discount if you do the full year versus the separate payments.
And if I was probably somebody who had hundreds and thousands in my chat all the time, and I'm getting that type of money, I would probably do that.
And see, that's my whole point. I'm kicking myself, because when I paid that, I was like, you know what? This is gonna be my motivation to come live more. No.
Yeah. Well, my motivation is not only that, but it's the fact that I know if we don't, you might as well give it up, because you get kicked out the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever in it anyway. So
yeah, you have to have so many hours within a 12-month rolling period.
Because at one point I was doing really good. Because what is it? Is it 3,000 hours you have to have to be monetized? Is it more? 4. I think I had maybe got up to close to 2,000, and just kind of fell off.
Yeah, you was getting there. You was getting there. And I know one thing I had told you before, but everybody does their own with their channels. But when I first started off, I'm just saying, Mel, when I first started off with my main channel, all I did was trending news, celebrity news, and that got me there. That got me there. But when I got over here with the hood table and I wanted to discuss other type of shit, I really had to do. That's why my slogan has always been from the hood to the White House. I had to do all kind of shit to get where I'm at. I didn't sacrifice. I didn't get on here acting like a donkey or nothing like that. But I made sure I mixed in a little bit of everything, because you can have like these channels where you're just doing the same thing and it's not really growing. And sometimes you have to add a little bit in there to bring a crowd. And I don't hate or shade on those people. Some people do extra shit to grow their channel. Then once they get it where they want it, they fall back into the space that they want to be in.
Right.
That's how some people do it. But you can keep on going where you're going on your channel with your content, but you just got to make sure it's consistent. It can't be once a week, every other week. It has to be all the time. That's one thing I learned from growing my channels.
And see, that's the biggest problem for me is consistency.
Yeah.
Because I just be like, I don't feel like every day.
And you will get out that algorithm like how, like before when I was doing girl, you saw how my channel was last year, especially around the time when we was doing the Vegas shit. Remember we was doing commentary on the Vegas gate.
Yeah.
I had hundreds
and all of the court stuff.
Yes, I had 100 girls. As soon as I stopped doing anything, like when you stop, now I might get 10, 20, because people don't even be getting the notifications.
That's true. That is true.
And YouTube be like, you gotta be on your shit. If we gonna send out these notifications and send people to your channel, you gotta be consistent.
You know what? The other thing though, it's people who I got everything checked off for it to notify me, and sometimes YouTube just don't let me know. I be coming back and I'll be like, I didn't even get a notification.
Yep. So, it's crazy. You got to be consistent. But Simply said, you know what happened for me? I don't enjoy limiting. That's a lot, so it died a bit for me. You know, boy, they've been acting up over there on that channel every day, damn near for the last 2 years. All summer long, I was so focused on Diddy and the trial, I didn't have any time to do anything else because I was getting those transcripts every day and my notes and all that kind of shit. It was 3 months strong, Mel, of Diddy trial.
Yeah, it was disappointing too. In the beginning, it seemed like it was gonna go in different directions, but when it was over, I was kind of like, I was hoping something big was gonna get uncovered, and it wasn't really sensational. It was about what we expected. I thought maybe some celebrities would come forward or something like that. It was all right though.
It was a lot of what we expected, but also it was a lot of that shit we did not expect. Like a lot of that.
What's the biggest thing that was a big reveal for you?
The biggest reveal to me was when he set Old Boy's car on fire. When he tortured his dog and locked him in the bathroom. When he took his assistant by gunpoint and dragged her to Old Boy's house, when he threatened to kill her in the Central Park. I mean, it was a lot of shit that I was like, damn, that motherfucker's off the chain.
Maybe I had prejudged, but none of that surprised me.
Yeah, the freaky shit didn't surprise me. The freaky shit, all the baby oil on the wall, though, 100 bottles of baby oil on the wall. That was a lot. That was a bit much. But the other shit, like preserving the guy's cum.
Yeah,
it's fluids. Different things like that. Some of that shit is just like so far-fetched. Like you is sick. You go from freak to just sick in nature. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what was the biggest shock for me. Maybe when he threatened Cassie's parents or something.
Oh yeah, he threatened them and they sent the money. He did eventually send the money back because of course they was gonna press charges. That's the only reason why he sent the money back. And then the way that he was so abusive, like we had heard things about him. We even seen the video. But that was one video, like how the way he was fucking that girl up and everybody else, it was very hard to hear. But then, like people said, the reason why they didn't do the domestic violence thing was because she kept staying. They knew they wasn't gonna lose. They wasn't gonna win that at all. They were smart about that shit. They wasn't gonna win that because your ass left years later. Okay.
Right.
And you got a lawsuit, and you won. Like what? How much was it? 30 million? I can't remember.
I know it was a big amount, and it only took him a few days to.
Yeah, it took him less than 24 hours, man.
Okay.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what Simply was saying about Lemon, a lot of the stuff over there was like some fuck shit going on all the time. So the plays, oh my God, the plays. Like I remember one, for example, when he was telling old girl, what's her name? Dragons, to make up a story about somebody in the family dying or somebody in the family being sick to get money. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah, that was when she had first moved down to Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he was helping her. He was basically helping her to get money off of people. All these lies and shit. They was coming together and putting their heads together because I guess he didn't want to give her the money himself, and so he was out here telling her how to get the money.
Look, he bound in her.
Yeah, you know, there's so many plays, and that was the only thing that was really going on all summer, besides the Diddy shit and stuff like that. And so I didn't have no desire to even watch half of the bullshit. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And Happy Life sometimes will hit the panel and be like, "Hood Table, did you hear about?" No, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. So I think everybody probably kind of fell off at the same time because I was the same way. If he was the only thing that was going on, and I'm like, I'm just not invested enough to listen to that. And then with him being live for so long, and I just used to be like, I don't want to watch that.
It's very hard to even watch the replay. And for people who have jobs and kids and shit, there are some people there that be in his lives till he finished. Like he can start at 8, 9 in the evening and end at 4 or 5 in the morning, and those same people are in the chat. And I'm like, y'all just don't have nothing going on. Y'all don't need to sleep.
What tickled me, he had the nerve to talk about Goosey being live for a long time.
They do the same thing, except for Lemon falls asleep. He just fell asleep like 4 or 5 days ago. In the last 2 hours, you would hear grunting and snoring. Like he was 2 hours of sleep.
I'm like, if this is the part calling to kill the black, Lord have mercy. Just live for like hours. I don't see how to, like, maybe unless they working a job, because I will say most of the time I have YouTube on when I'm working. So I have it on, but I might not necessarily be sitting on the edge of my seat listening to everything.
Oh yeah, see, I do that too. I have it on like sometimes when I'm working. If I don't have to take phone calls for any clients, I have it on in the background, you know, while I'm working. But I'm talking about all night, 8, 9 hours.
They're putting comments in there and everything. I'm like, no.
During the night when we are supposed to be sleeping, Sure. Now I tell you this, he and it's a few people, him, JW. Some people just have those panels where it's like the white noise. You turn it down real low so you can hear it, but not really clear. And because some people need to fall asleep to some type of sound.
Me too. I keep my TV on.
Lemon's panels is perfect for the white noise if you got it real low. Mm-hmm. Yep, but sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll hear some bitch. I'll be like, what the fuck? Oh, but have you been watching Jay Wilson? Jay Wilson, I don't know what the fuck. He be over there calling everybody a hoe. You a hoe? You a hoe.
I have completely lost interest in Jay Wilson. I have not watched his live since before all of the Tommy and Castro stuff. That's how long it's been. I hadn't watched a single live.
I dip in and out over there every now and then. But I'm telling you, one day I was like, when did Jay Wilson start saying ho so much? Like every other 30 seconds, ho, 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 bitch.
Yeah, I've been hearing people talk about that.
I'm like, what? Jay Wilson, did you backslide? Are you still going to church?
We're talking about, I did see, you know how you just see the title. And somebody was saying something about him and Mark in an open relationship. Did he say that or something?
I didn't hear that, so I'm not sure. But they said they in an open relationship?
Now, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, people will do clickbait. So
well, maybe
I saw this somebody else's like upcoming live, and it said something about Jay Wilson single, and I don't know, something about Mark. So I was like, did something new come out?
What?
So I don't know.
I need to let Jay Wilson pop up over here. You know, Jay Wilson pops over here every now and then. I hit his chat. I think I dropped down in his chat this morning.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what he was talking about though. But yeah, I dropped down in his chat this morning while I was working. But I try to drop down, and people I do watch, every now and then, because the thing about it, when you're working, Mel, I know you probably watch people too, but you don't want to drop down because you're working.
Yeah.
And you can't pay attention to the chat. And sometimes I'll drop down and I'll go back and like 5-10 people that spoke to me and I ain't said shit. And I'll be like, sometimes I don't drop down when I'm working because I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them.
Yeah. I don't really have that problem because most of the time, don't nobody say nothing unless I'm at the end and you say something to me over there, maybe. But I don't do a lot of dropping down anyway, especially if it's like a huge chat. It had to be something really out of the way for me to make a comment. like, no, I got to say this. I tell you what, last night I caught a little bit of Lemons Alive because there wasn't shit else on.
Oh Lord, what they over there? Is they still going to Vegas? That's what I want to know.
He said he's still going. I don't.
What about the show where he want to fight King Pains?
I don't know what's going on with it.
No,
I have no. It's sort of like that kind of tapered off. I hadn't heard anything about that. But
I wonder if it's because King Pain got tired of everybody dragging his show.
I don't know. But,
because see the difference in King Pain's show and the show, right, with Sean, the difference was everybody was on hush mode.
Right.
For Sean's. Until who came out? Deanna, or was it Food Junkie or somebody that came out talking about it? But it was hush.
Right.
King Pain's, everybody just talking about it. I mean, all on the panels, people dragging it. Some people want to go, some people don't want to go. Some people like, fuck that nigga. Like, when King Pain had hit King Roman's panel that one day, he was like, man, I just can't let people just keep on. How you up here talking shit about my show, but you want to be on the show?
Well, I know he got kind of, I saw that, and I know he got a little rubbed the wrong way because of some questions that Ghetto was asking him. And I don't know if the one Sir King asked, a couple of people asked him stuff and he was kind of getting agitated, but I didn't feel like they was asking him to put the show down. But you never know.
Oh yeah, not those people. I just mean the people in general who were.
Oh, okay. They were dogging it out.
And other people. Like the fact that you got to pay $200 to go. Like the fact that you got to buy your own flight. Like the fact, you ain't getting paid. You got to get your own flight. You got to pay $200. And then Lemon was talking about having contests like the challenges and having the subscribers donate money to pots. Like who does that on reality shows?
Nobody.
Like, come on now, y'all, child.
I'm
not trying to hate on his creativity or hate on his projects, but it just doesn't seem like anything I would even be interested in doing. Like, I don't know if I would if it would benefit me,
right?
In some type of way, you know what I mean?
Right. All right. Because from the only thing I've seen is the little clip with Lady Snoop in the fight thing, and that was like kind of ghetto. So
yeah, it was ghetto, and some people told Roman because Roman had asked the crew, "What do y'all think?" And a lot of them said, "Don't do it." Snoop said, "Don't do it." She said, "This is season 3, and basically, you see that the shows ain't went nowhere. So why would you want to go?" And that's the thing with Sean's. It was the first show. Who knows what would have happened? And Mel, you probably heard me say before, and I'll say it again. I think it would be really good if a reality show picked up the B sector, some of the people in the sector, because I think it will draw attention to our sector from people who don't know nothing about the sector. Mm-hmm. But will that ever happen? Most likely not. But I'm not about to give nobody else no clicks and views and no way to make no coins off of me, and I don't think it's going to ever hit the ground running. Mm-hmm. And this is season 3, right?
And see, I didn't even know that was a 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is season 3.
The only reason I heard about it was because of the Lady Snoop thing. Other than that, I've never heard anything about it.
Yeah, I knew about season 1 when season 1 came out a long time ago. And then when season 2 had came out, I knew about season 2 because Lady Snoop was announcing it. And remember, she had hit our panel when she was down there for the BET experience.
I do remember that.
Yep, and she was talking about it. She said, "I really can't give all the details, but I'm going to be in this show, and it's a reality show."
So I remember when she was in for the concert when Ro was there, but I didn't hear her talking about the show. So okay.
Yep. She had hit our panel and she was like, "This is exclusive" and stuff like that. And I was like, "Okay, I'm looking forward to it." We didn't know what she was talking about. She just said, "Look for something. Y'all gonna see me, in something big and woo woo woo." And then she kept advertising it and kept telling us to go over there and subscribe to King Pain. But we never really, I guess a lot of people didn't subscribe because 2 years later in the fight, didn't nobody know about it until Goosey dropped it.
Yeah, because I heard her on, I think she was on Pizza's panel when they were talking about, like recently, 88 had got chosen for a video or something. And Snoop was up there then, and I think she mentioned that she had done it, and that was my first time hearing it, when she mentioned she had done a show as well. And so she was kind of giving Queen 88 some advice and all that type of stuff. So that was really the first time I heard that there was a show, but until somebody, I guess Goosey or whoever, showed the actual fight, that was the first time I saw that it was a King Pain thing.
Yeah, and then like with Lemon, the way he's acting, just wilding out about fighting. Girl, he's trying to hype up the show.
I'm so over the show. Well, my thing with Lemon that gets me, and it's probably why I don't really take him seriously. He always be saying stuff, and he don't stay with it. Because what I was finna say is I caught a little bit of him last night, and he had made the comment when Lolo's mom passed that he would never let Krista or ZX come back on his panel.
Yeah,
I was just like, so I think I put it in the chat. That is just so disrespectful. Because, and whenever he say, "Oh my brother," I'm like, don't.
I
don't take that lightly. So if you know you're not gonna stick to what you're saying, don't just put that out there like that. But he just done it several times. Because I remember him saying, "Oh my brother, I ain't never letting what's the one Sassy was trying to send to Vegas?"
Oh, you talking about
she in Chicago. What's her name?
Chat Rep.
Chat Rep. He said that about her. He was like, "Oh my brother, I ain't never letting Chat Rep come on my panel again." 2 days later, she was up there. Just
that's just like they said about old boy who name you just said, who said put on his kids that he would never go to Lemon's chat again.
Right. And see, I don't know, maybe it's the Aries in me, but once I see what I can't trust you. It's like you just.
When people show you who you are, I say that all the time. Maya Angelou.
Exactly, because I be like, now
you are the first time, believe them.
Right, because I'll take you at your word, but then if I see you doing a bunch of backpedaling and especially on something as serious, because I was upset when Terry P did it. She said, "Oh my son, I will never."
I remember that she said she would never go back over there.
Was it to James chat?
Yes.
And see, that bothered me because I'm like, you put that on your son's life. That's not just an expression. I mean, it's your baby. I would never.
And was it to James or was it to Sir King?
No, she was on. I think she was on Sir King's panel when she said
it. Okay. And she said she would never go back to James' panel again.
It was after all that stuff came up with. I don't know. Was it what's his name? Who said he was leaving? He used to be on Niggas, and then he went over to Just Kimmy's. Dr. Sophie.
Sophie. Okay.
Remember when he came on Nika's Live and he was like sort of telling his experience with Terry Pete and she got mad because I guess the way he was telling it, he wasn't putting her in a good light. And I think
because like you supposed to be married and you behind the scenes and you got kids and you yeah.
And I think after that's when she was pissed and she went on Sir King's and she was like, "I'm not going back over there," and blah 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 blah. And then next thing you know, see, I don't like that.
You know what? I never felt one way or the other about her, because what she was giving with the husband and the kids and the way she was overly flirtatious with men on here, I kind of was like, it is what it was with her. You know what I'm saying? Like
she was bougie. not that I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with being bougie to an extent, but she was disparaging and always trying to throw, what do they call them, the socioeconomic
always
out
trying
there.
to shade people and talk down on people, and then it's like people are like, you got a whole husband at home. Why are you on live all night with Lemon giggling and keeping this young ass man who living at home with his mama, and you got a whole husband? That's why some people didn't believe that she was married.
Right.
And what can you expect?
Yeah, because they would be on there too. I mean, I know she was 3 hours behind in California.
And the back chats and talking behind the back chats and all that. And I got Cherokee number, and I got, I'm
So, let me ask you: do you think that was for real with Lemon and her? Like
back
really?
I don't know if it was real as far as them having something, because some people said they have had something. I don't know. It could just be a flirtatious thing, and I ain't gonna say the name, so we ain't gonna say the name. But when I was flirting with old boy, right?
Okay.
It just took legs and it grew, and I should have known better.
Hello.
That's why I did come up here, and I was like, I apologize for getting this shit started. I keep my thoughts and my feelings to myself. And if I ever crush on somebody or like somebody on here, I'll keep it to myself, because that shit can take legs and it can grow. And next thing I knew, it was in everybody's fucking commentary. And I did not expect that. I was like,
hold up. I have no clue what you're talking about. So when you get a chance, send me an IM, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
I can send it to you on Facebook right now.
I was going to say, whatever it is, I didn't hear it.
Hold on.
I never heard anything about you and nobody.
You might, because it wasn't like that. It was just me flirting. It was just
okay.
Just flirting. It wasn't nothing behind the scenes. Are we trying to hook up? It was nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just sent it to you in your Facebook. But yeah, and it just took legs, and everybody, I mean, they was dropping down in his chat, they was dropping down in my chat. Every chat they was calling me his last name, giving me his last. I was like, oh no, let me just stop this where it is. Because one thing I did want to do was, even though that guy is very attractive, I don't know what's going on in his personal life. I don't know if he, if he has somebody, or somebody else might have had some attraction to. I didn't want that. You know what I'm saying?
I just saw it. I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, I didn't want that, and I didn't want.
You must have shut it down quick, because I never heard nothing.
I shut it down real quick. Real quick. So for somebody to be up here flirting all the time, day and night on live with some other man, and they got a whole husband at home, that's why a lot of people like, is she even married?
Right.
Because I can't have a whole man, a whole husband in my house, and I'm kikiing and giggling and laughing and flirting all night on YouTube.
Well, part of my reason for asking you that was because you know how they are always trying to put a label on Lemon. So I'm like, if that's really the case, would he really have been, flirting with him?
But see, this didn't come out. That part, okay, the accusations or the assumptions didn't really come out. People were saying shit, but it didn't really come out to the Vegas game with him and Shakim and the playing around and the horse around. And remember him and his computer and all that kind of shit. And then people saying the way he walked, and that's when that shit kind of really
nipped it in the bud. Yeah,
that kind of took flight, where people really was like, "Oh, Lemon, he got to be gay." People.
But I'm gonna be honest, when he was over there with Sir King, that never really, I didn't really get that is
I didn't either.
Some people may have, but I didn't.
Like he did. He acts like he is a totally different person from when he was on Sir King's. And somebody said the other day that maybe he felt stifled. Maybe he felt.
But you know what?
Maybe he felt, because Sir King would never let him go too far.
Well, my thing with when he was over there, I kind of felt bad for him, because I felt like sometimes Sir King was like making a big deal out of nothing,
Yeah. Lemon, don't do that. Lemon, don't do that. My channel.
Every 5 minutes, it was there.
You fucking crazy. Now, Mel, I just cussed again. I cuss 90 going south all the time. It don't matter what kind of show I got going on, right?
Yeah.
I cuss all the time. We talk about all kind of shit. You know how many Diddy videos that I did during the trial that we was talking about cum and pissing on and cooties and herpes? Do you know damn near 98% of my videos are fully monetized on the Diddy trial?
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, don't listen to people when they tell you, oh, you're going to stop now you got to send me a Cash App because my video won't be monetized. That's some bullshit.
Well, that was my thing. Like, I respect Sir King that he didn't want to take his channel in a certain direction. But I just felt like sometimes he was making he was
20 on 10, yeah.
Yes, because remember, it was a lot of times that we thought Lemon wasn't coming back because of how he had, kind of jumped on him about different stuff.
Like sunning him. What up, Tay?
When he said pussy, he got mad because he was saying, you can't say it. Now, if you listen to Sir King, now he say from everything. So I'm just like, that was crazy. But Lemon came back. He came back. So.
But I've been telling people for years that your channel will not get demonetized for cursing. Yeah. And there are content creators who know that to be facts, but they'll still sit out here and tell their subscribers, don't curse, don't put cursing words in the chat, don't curse. It's going to hit my monetization. And I'm not lying to y'all. One time I came on here and showed y'all all my videos and showed y'all all my monetization. And if you know like you know about our Friday Night Lives,
of course, because we said everything.
We used to straight act donkeys
on
Friday Night Live, and all them joints was fully monetized.
Yeah.
I used to act a donkey for every fucking Friday for years.
Yeah, that's why I always say, because I've heard you say that you ain't never had no problem. Then I know Deanna cuss like a sailor, and I'm sure she don't have no issues either. So I'm just like, I don't know, but it was like I was saying, like, if that's the direction he wanted his channel to go, I wouldn't argue with him on that because it's your channel. But at the same time, it just seemed like Lemon took a lot before he finally left. Because people was trying to get him on their panels. Why do you keep going over there? You need to quit. He's like, nah, I respect Sir King, blah 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 blah. And I used to be like, now that he was loyal for a minute. Now I don't know what happened when he got his own channel that he changed, or he was like that all along.
When he got his channel, I was one of them. I was so excited. I was like one of the first to subscribe. I couldn't wait till he went live for the first time. And then it was like everything was like cool. Everybody having fun over there, and people still be over there. I ain't gonna hold you in his voice, but it was like, it just turned into something that I was like,
I couldn't never get into it because it was too unorganized for me.
So I go over there and I catch the replays every now and then, or if something like really go down and people really talking about it, and I'm I'll go over there and be like, what the fuck shit Lemon over there doing now? And I go and watch the replay, take some notes and discuss it. But I'm not sitting through no 8-9 hours of a lot of fuck shit and people yelling and screaming all night long. No.
Right, because at first, there was, at first Uppity was a mod over there. Then there was, when Dragons were over there, she would be all out of control. It was just too much going on.
It was too much. It was just too much, and I was like, I can't do it. Y'all do this every night, all night? Oh my God, no.
See, yeah, his is one of them. I have to go catch somebody do like how you would come and do the the summary of what happened. For people like that, I can't watch their whole thing because it's too much. So I just want to go somewhere and catch the summary of what's going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I sound like him right now. But you know what really gets me with Lemon?
What's that?
He has like 20 different accents.
That is so annoying.
I don't know if he's going to talk British one day or New York the next day, or talk like he from the SIP one day, or talk like he from here in Nebraska the next day.
Well, I've never heard a Southern accent come out of him. Have you?
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just.
But I've heard New York. I've heard Baltimore. I've heard something that sounds like a little bit of a Latin or whatever. But I haven't heard. Maybe he don't.
Sound like he from the Brits. Sounded like he motherfucking Idris Elba.
Well, yeah. And then what happened? Well, that's New York though. What happened? I'm just like, oh my Lord. So because I remember people at first were saying, where is he really from? And then he was like, he got that from doing the acting classes or whatever. But I'm like, that don't even always be good.
Girl.
Sometimes the accents sound like, okay, yeah. Then don't he do like one that's like an island one too?
Right. Hold on, girl. Hold on. I'm taking my crock pot out the pot. Hold on.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he tickles me. But some of them I just be like, oh Lord, here we go.
Okay, here I come.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had my beans on since this morning. In my crock pot.
You made me think about my mama. You made me think about my mama when you said you were cooking pinto beans and cornbread, because there's something she'll throw down on.
Girl, I be throwing, when I say I be throwing down, I be eating that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It be so good. But you know how when you're done with your crock pot, you take the pot out from the heated pot, and I gotta sit it on a little wooden stand so it can cool down. But yeah, I have to do that real quick. There go the police. There go the popos. Do you hear them?
I heard them.
There go the popos. And only in the hood. Well, not only in the hood, but no shade, no tea. I like him. It's just everything ain't for everybody. And there are times when I will be over there and I'll be watching because there's something interesting going on that I think is interesting. Then sometimes I tune in and I'll be like, they over there just doing the most. I can't. 25 different people trying to talk at one time, yelling over each other. Oh God, I can't. And I hate when people be like the people who really, really talk over each other and you got to keep telling them to shut up and be quiet. That is so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't hear anything. And then what's worse too is when somebody have a bad mic and it's like sound like they talking underwater.
Or when somebody has a very, 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 very loud mic.
Yeah, that boom mic.
They arguing with got a lower mic. Right. And it's like, I want to hear what the other person is saying too. And then when you tell people they mic too loud, they be like, what you mean it's too loud? Like they don't know that their mic is too loud.
Right. I think, I see people get offended by it though, but I don't see nothing wrong with putting somebody in the back until the other person finishes talking. But people do. They get sensitive about that. And I'm just like, but it just makes sense.
But you know why people get offended? Because it's usually the ones with them really loud ass mics and they want to be the only one heard.
And, it's something else like I found on YouTube, it is like a cardinal sin. If you block somebody, I don't understand why people get so mad about being blocked. Like, it's almost like a slap in the face to people, I guess. But I done seen people really get mad about being blocked in somebody's chat. And I'm just like, but you still can watch.
I got like 400 people. I got like 400 people blocked.
But I'm like, why do they get so bent out of shape? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got to be a CC to understand it, but I just be like, I done seen people really, really get hot about being blocked in somebody's chat. And I'm just like, is it that serious? I mean, you really offended. So,
well, all I can say is try not to do anything to get blocked.
Right, because I mean, even as long as I've been following you, if you were to block me one day, I don't think I would take it to heart to the point that I'm going to go on a campaign trying to smear you all over YouTube. But people get sensitive about this stuff.
Yeah, they do. And see, the thing with blocking, I'll block somebody quick, just like on Facebook. You know how sometimes you'll comment on a public post, like it might not be a friend, but it might be just a post that you saw trending, whether it's news or anything, and you'll make a comment, and somebody will come under your comment. You're just talking crazy. Block. I don't argue with trolls. I don't argue with trolls, and I have so many people blocked on this channel, and I know every now and then some certain content creators, they'll like go back and they'll unblock people and shit like that they might have had blocked, like start the year off fresh, but they'll give a warning, you can get blocked again, right?
Remember when Teresa used to
block?
Remember Teresa used to block people just for putting the eyeballs in her chat?
Yes.
That used to be funny. And then everybody was Chopper.
Yeah, everybody was Chopper.
No,
but
that is
I'm looking
regular.
at my block list now, and I said 500. I'm lying. It's 300.
Wow. So there's people who came on your stream acting an ass and you blocked them.
Yep. Because I
well,
see a whole bunch.
it.
It's at least 100, and it's probably about 100 that I'm looking at before it says show 239 more.
Wow.
So it's probably 100 or so that I'm scrolling through before I even get to the button that says show 239 more. So it's well over 300 that I have blocked.
I think I've only blocked one person. And that was when I was on my, we do the financial one. And I was doing an ad for when Naya and them was selling the hand sanitizer. And what was his name? Everybody kept trying to figure who he was. Because at one point they said it was Sir King. You remember the troll? Because Teresa even bought his like a t-shirt. You remember that troll? He every time somebody would block him, he'll make
a t-shirt for him.
Yeah, because every time you block him, because even VS used to be like, I didn't block him 9 times. He'd come back on the new what was his name?
I don't know. And what up, Lovely? How you doing?
If I could think of who I'm talking about. He called himself, because he'd been around forever, but nobody figured out who he was. But he even started his own channel.
What?
And you remember that troll? What was it? Because everybody was like, it's Sir King. Sir King was like, that is not, I am not.
Oh, hold on. Give me a minute. I know. Give me a minute because I gotta look up something. Hold on. Let me go to my old channel because
I can't think of it.
I'm my old channel, but let me go to my other channel because I made a video about it. So hold on, it's on the tip of my fucking tongue.
Oh, me too. What was his name? The Wrench.
Was it the Wrench? No, that's not the one that I thought was Sir King.
Remember, she used to call him Wrenchy.
I remember that, but that's not the one that I thought was Sir King.
Oh, because people used to say Sir King was the Wrench because he popped up after, the Wrench was coming around. The Wrench came on one of my things and where I was advertising the hand sanitizer. He wrote in the comments something about, don't buy that stuff. You don't know what's in it, blah, 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 something like that. And I blocked him. That's the only person I've ever blocked.
Oh.
But yeah, the Wrench, the Wrench used to make 1,500 pages. Every time somebody would block him, he'll come under a new one with the same name.
See, I never thought the Wrench was Sir King. Who I thought was Sir King was Zills.
I remember that. Yeah, because he was from another sector.
And remember, I had did a whole video about Wolverine, because remember people had thought that Wolverine was Sir King.
I do remember that in the beginning.
Yes, so I did a whole video saying I don't think that Sir King is Wolverine because Sir King is Zills. And the way I put 2 and 2 together was, remember that one time when somebody called him and that phone rang?
Yeah, the circles were moving at the same time or something like that.
And the bubbles was moving at the same time on the avatars on the panel.
Because that was the same one. Wasn't that the same one with the camera slipper with the stackable drive?
Yes, and then also, remember Michelle ATLian? She used to be real cool with Zills.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Michelle ATLian. I've been following her since day one.
See, I don't follow her.
Started her YouTube channel years ago, and Zills used to always hit her panel all the time, and he sounded just like fucking Sir King. And so that day, when they was both on the panel and the bubbles was moving at the same time, and the phone rang in the background from when the other one called, somebody called Sir King, and Zill's phone answered.
Oh.
And that's why I said that's Zills. But I had already thought they was the same people because their voice is literally identical.
But didn't they do something to try to?
Well, of course they did.
Did we ever dispel it? Like, did we ever dispel that, or is it still?
They tried to dispel it, but I'm not going.
You still thinking that?
It don't make any difference to me. It really doesn't make no difference to me. It's just that I still believe firmly that those are the same people.
You know who sounds a lot like Sir King? When I first heard him, I thought they were the same person, but now that it's been longer, I can tell. Buddy Lee. they both have that same type of voice, but then Buddy Lee's a little deeper.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Tay thought you was talking about Simply Trey.
I see. I wasn't around for Simply Trey.
Oh, Simply Trey used to cut. Oh, I still remember when they used to cut that nigga for his ceilings. Remember he had floor tiles on his ceiling.
See, I think I was taking a break when he came through because I don't remember him at all.
I will never forget he had floor tiles on his ceiling. And one day he didn't accidentally. I think he did it on purpose to show it off. And people just dragged him. I know Jay Wilson just dragged him for.
So he had floor tiles on his ceiling and had carpet on his walls.
Carpet on my walls. Carpet on my walls.
Larry something. What's Larry's last name?
Larry Nelson.
Larry Nelson.
Remember all the DVDs he had in his living room?
Oh, the what now?
All them DVDs he had in his living room.
Yes.
He was like, look at all my DVDs.
Larry was so funny.
What up, Earl Shaker? What up, Drip? You say yes, they ran him away. They thought they found his identity. Yep, they sure did.
Talking about the Trey guy?
Yep.
Was he supposed to be anonymous too?
He ran away. No, he showed himself every day. He ran live. He showed himself. Okay. So people knew what he looked like. He was light skinned. He was thick. He was gay. He was very flamboyant. Probably one of the girls, as they would say in that community. But yeah, people knew what he looked like. He wasn't shy of the camera. But I guess people might have found out where he really was.
Okay.
He was full of people.
Because I remember when I came back right after the thing happened with VS in the Waffle House or Pancake Place. I came back right after that, and I heard people mention his name, but I didn't know the history.
Oh, he left, and in the years that he left, he has dropped down sporadically, like every blue moon in somebody's chat, but he's never came back like to do panels or on his own channel or nothing like that. And I used to like him kind of, because I thought he was funny. He was entertaining. He gave good commentary to the shit that was going on, but he was real shady too. But you know how the girls are. They,
Oh, I do. I see Tay talking about King McKinley. I remember him too.
Oh yeah, they thought they found his. Oh yeah, I remember King. Yep, absolutely.
Did they think he was somebody?
I think it was King McKinley that they thought was
Trey.
Oh God. What? No, was it Trey? No, Tay Bay. It wasn't Trey, was it? I can't remember who they thought was King McKinley.
Because I remember.
Remember, he used to sell something. Didn't he sell like?
I don't know.
He used to sell Tay Bay. He had like a business website, or he was selling shit, and then people finally realized who he was.
Yeah, I never see him outside of VS's chat.
Damn, who was it? I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, that's right. The Scooby-Doo Man.
Was that who King McKinley was?
Huh?
That's who King McKinley was?
No. Hold up. The one he used to hang with Bree and Pizza and all them.
Scooby-Doo.
He had the Scooby-Doo van. What was his name? Didn't
he end up being Frank White?
That's it. Not him. But the Frank White, okay, there we go. The Frank White was the one who was selling something. He had like a business website or some shit like that. Mystery van. There we go.
And see, I knew what you were talking about when you said Scooby-Doo, though.
There we go. Scooby-Doo, Mystery van. There we go.
Didn't the van have like for his icon? Did he use like a picture of the Scooby-Doo van or something?
Yes, that's why I said the Scooby-Doo van. Yeah. Yep.
I remember it came out. He was
she said skincare. Yep.
And see, I didn't know that part, but I do remember him being out here. but yeah, McKinley, I didn't see him outside of VS. It was him and Dwayne was like the only two guys that would be on VS's thing, right? That was part of.
Yeah, and I always liked Dwayne. He's so funny.
Yeah. But
yeah, because remember Dwayne used to be real heavy over there with Brie and them, but then he stopped fucking with Brie a while ago.
I remember that fallout too.
I can't even remember why they got into it. But
I remember that because it was some to the extent that it was over somebody she was letting on her panel that I think
it was dragging him, right?
Yeah, it was they were into it, and I think I don't remember exactly, but I do remember it was about somebody that Brie was letting on her panel that he didn't agree with, or he was getting into it with her.
That Brie was telling him not to say certain things?
Something. I remember around the time it happened, but I can't remember the specifics of it. Because like at one point they had got back cool again, sort of, and then they fell out again.
Yep.
Because he was saying something about her in a wheelchair, not a wheelchair.
Oh, that's right. He was saying something about her in a wheelchair. He was saying something like when she when she leaves, she had to have somebody pick her up at the door to take her to her car. He was saying her mama has to come over and clean her house and take her groceries. Remember all that shit?
Yeah, and then I forget what she said about him. Because she said something about, they were going back and forth. So
they was going back and forth, dragging each other. They sure.
But
was.
they like at one point though they had got back cool, didn't they? Before they fell out again.
Yeah, I don't ever see him over there anymore. I see him in other places, but I don't see him over there anymore.
They like the last time they fell out, it was around. What she said? He needed
a nurse. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. What up, friend? How you doing, boo?
Yeah. I remember that. And the last time was behind the check gate or the Yaya thing, wasn't it? Because I remember when Bree fell out with Yaya and called her a snake, it seemed like Dwayne took Yaya's side or something like that.
A lot of people took Yaya's side.
Right.
And you know me, I'm not like team Bree, team I'm team me. Fuck it. I like who I like.
Yeah.
I support who I support. You know what I'm saying? Some people I support, and people be like, why the fuck you support them? And then they got this birds of a feather flock. That's not always true. That's not always true. Just because somebody out there doing fuck shit and you still like them, don't mean that you out there doing fuck shit just like that person might be doing. So that's not always true.
Even in my real life, it's very few people that I just completely write off. But it's like, you got to really be doing something for me to just, completely write it off.
Like to me or something very, right. Because listen, the environment I grew up in, we was always into some shit, okay? Yeah. So if one of my homegirls might have would have done something and shot out somebody's windows, girl, what did he do? Like, I mean, in real life, like that's your girl,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if somebody like do something to you,
right,
then it's a different story. And that's why the shit on here on YouTube, I don't take it that serious. I do not. I mean, there's certain things that I don't like. I just be like, oh, that's really too far, especially if it comes to kids and things like that. But for the rest of the part, y'all just doing y'all shit. That's y'all.
Yeah, because it's like, it depends on what the issue is. Like, you ain't gonna agree with everybody on everything. But it might be something that because if you a real friend or whatever, even if it's somebody I'm cool with and they do something fucked up, I'm gonna be like, now you know you were wrong for that. Hell, right. I'd have told my mama that before. You know you were wrong for that.
See, the thing about it is your friend somebody who always fucking with motherfuckers for no reason?
Do they bring it on themselves?
Defending themselves.
Right.
And clapping back.
Because you can put your own stuff in a situation. Just based on how you move, and then you can't be upset if I'm like, hey, that was on you.
Why you in that situation? What the fuck you do that for? Now you want people to be like, so it's that's why I say when it comes to YouTube, it's kind of like real life where it's like when they show you who they are, you gotta believe them. And there's so many people on here that I would never want to meet in person. I wouldn't trust them with my cat, dog, bird, squirrel. child. I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust them with no tea. I wouldn't trust them if I'm going through some shit. I'm definitely not telling you. You know, there's certain people on here that you just know, I'm gonna watch you, and that's it.
And it's like,
never be no behind the scenes action.
That's why, as a study, I'm like, if we can see it, how is it the people that's doing the content can't see it? You know what I mean?
It's all about the content.
It's like, you know, we seeing, maybe because we seeing everything and everybody don't watch everything, but it's like certain people, like you said, I wouldn't tell them nothing.
But see, it's all about the content and the plays.
I don't like the plays.
That some people like I say it all the time, choreograph, manufacture these storylines to keep them going and flowing a certain type of way. Yeah. It's kind of like some people have a script, you know what I'm saying? Not like they're writing it down or anything, but they know if they do this, it's a domino effect, and this is gonna happen, and that is gonna happen, and that person gonna beef, and that person gonna beef, and I'm gonna come back with it. I really do believe that a lot of these plays are manufactured and choreographed, literally. And come on, a lot of us do know that a lot of shit is choreographed.
I believe
it. When people fall out and 30 minutes later they besties.
And see, I don't understand it.
They going on trips next month, but as soon as they get back, you bitch, hoe, slut, motherfucker, and then 3-4 months they going on another trip. Come on.
That's kind of like with the reality shows, with the housewives and stuff. I stopped watching them because I was like, this shit ain't real. Because you can't have a season finale where y'all meet up and everybody about to fight, and then y'all come back in the fall when the season
over the summer they hanging out. And we don't even know. And that's because they do have scripts. Them people tell them, okay, we need a fight. We need you to hype this up. We need you to do this. We need you. They have to do that on those reality shows.
And see, that falls under playing in my face. And that's like you think I'm doing. Yeah. I'm not finna entertain it.
They not that shit, and then in the summertime when it's a wrap, when they taking a break, they all be out eating and shopping. And at each other's kids' recitals and shit. Like, it's all for the TV. It's all for the TV. And Tebe said, right, and now they are so messy with it. Like, they know the subbies are exactly. It's certain subbies that's going to keep supporting the fake shit.
I can't. I'll watch it, but
they gonna keep supporting. But see, people who like me, who likes to do commentary. Like I say this all the time. I'm not one person that say, I ain't gonna never watch this person. I ain't gonna never watch. Now there are certain people.
Yeah, I do have a list.
I never drop down in they shit. Never. If I do commentary on them, it's off of hearsay.
Right.
But then it's like certain people that I might not even follow or really like that, but I still have their I still subscribe to their channel because I know they produce a lot of content.
And you gotta be well-rounded to know how to speak on it.
Well-rounded, and you gotta be. I hate when people do content and they're so fucking biased.
Yeah,
like they're only giving it from one point of view, or they're strongly backing one of the persons or whatever. When I try to do my commentary, I really just try to give y'all what I see. Yeah. That's what I really, really try to do. Now, again, I always say every now and then you got to get a little bias, especially if it's on some shit. You just got to call some shit out, right? Every now and then. But for the most part, I'm on here having fun. Girl, did you see what happened over Olympus? Did you see what Tracy did? Girl, Jay Wilson said, ho, 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 ho. I just be trying to just have fun and just give commentary. It's nothing ill-willed when I do my commentary.
Yeah.
And that's why when I'm trying to do that type of commentary and people try to come at me and try to want to beef with me or something, you're going to beef all by your motherfucking self. Because by the time you done beefing, I'm working on my next show.
Right.
And,
all right. It's like you don't take it personally,
Yeah, quit taking it personal. If you do shit on this platform, that's what I said. Girl, I said this last week. If I'm on this platform, I do or say something to somebody did commentary on it, can I get
mad? What's the saying? If you bring it to YouTube, we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, but the reason why people get mad is because it's the commentary and the click and the views and the beef. This is the sector that we in. It's built on beef.
Right.
And a lot of people try to say the people who don't technically beef are not B sector, but we've been in this bitch before the very first beef, but we're not B sector.
No, you should be a beef sector,
and we support.
Right. I'm like, you could be a beef sector study or whatever, and not necessarily
a beef sector beefer, a beef sector commentator, a beef sector troll, a beef sector. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different angles of the sector.
Yeah, because I know for me personally, there are certain content creators, like I said, the ones that I still get a notification for. Now, they could be talking about paint on the wall drawing because that's a content creator I support. I'm gonna at least drop in and give them a view. Everybody
else, that's like Deanna. That's like you. Like,
yeah,
I might not talk Deanna now. Now Deanna does talk about the B sector a lot, but she also sometimes talk about life, her trips, her family, friends. Shit at the grocery store. The other day she was talking about how to get, about housing, and she tells you how to buy houses, how to get property, how to, she talks about a lot of different stuff.
And what I don't appreciate, because I can appreciate Deanna because we neighbors. She Mississippi, I'm Alabama. But what we used to is a lot of people would discount you on your knowledge of stuff just because of where you're from. Just because somebody don't speak proper, like somebody up north, does not mean that they don't have valid information to give you. And I hate when people do that. They love to, not everybody, but a lot of times, when you start hearing the mud duck and the country bumpkin, it's a lot of rich country bumpkins, baby.
Girl, let me tell you, honey, I say it all the time. I have a very large family, and probably 75%, maybe, okay, I'll go as low as maybe 65, but that's still a big chunk, right? Maybe that percentage is in Memphis alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much family I have down south and in Mississippi. Then I have some up here where I'm from because, my great grandma, a few of her kids came here back in the 60s, 70s where the jobs was good. And I got a few people in Chicago, even in Utah, honey. Even in Utah, I got an auntie in Utah, and some people in Cali. Like I tell Riggs all the time, I got people in the Bay. I got family. My second cousins is in the Bay. By Riggs. So I got people everywhere, but a lot of my people is down south. And when I tell you them motherfuckers got money, they put us to shame. They may talk about their backwoods. They might have that strong southern talk, swang, shit, stuff like that. That's why every now and then I come off, they be like, bitch, where you from? But I had one cousin, two cousins, they brothers. And we had our reunion some years ago that I put together because I'm like over our reunion. You know where we had our reunion?
Where?
At a city park that they own.
Oh, wow.
They own
that's some money right there.
City park with houses on it, gazebos on it. What do you call them things? The main place where they have like the parties and shit.
Like a recreation center?
Girl, it had a whole separate recreational basketball court inside of a brick building. And then they had this is in Memphis, and then they have the pavilion. That's what I'm thinking about. The big one with the inside, the kitchen, the where you have all the rooms and you have your guest company and the parties and whatever you're doing up in there. A whole motherfucking park with a river, lake. And the city had like let it go like years and years ago, and they was like, let's put our money together, bro.
Yeah.
How much it costs to buy a city park?
Girl, I know I can't do it. So,
do you know how much it costs to maintain? I'm not talking about no little piece of land.
Right.
I'm talking about a humongous city park.
That's what I say. People sleep on folks that's from down south. But I used to when I was younger get offended. Now I don't even give a fuck. Think what you want.
Our Southern people got so much money. When we go down there, they homes, they cars, they might have gold grills, they might be hood. Some of them live in the hood. They got motorcycles, they got cars, they got trucks, they got bank accounts, they got good credit. Don't sleep on them country folks.
Right. Sure. But that's something I've always had to deal with. People think because I've stayed in like 4 or 5 different states. And whenever you tell them you from Alabama or whatever, they hear the accent, you got to be a dummy. I know you glad you got out there. I'm like, I love being from the South. I ain't ashamed of that at all.
That's just like here. That's just like here. People think when they hear Nebraska, they just think corn, fields,
right?
Cows, as if we have no cities.
See, like, I was getting to that too, because you was the first person I met from over there.
Like, they honestly think the whole state is just grass and wheat and corn. Like, are you crazy? Like,
but you know what I blame it on? I blame it on the media, because, like, of course, in the Midwest, y'all know what's going on out there. The only thing a lot of people down here see of the Midwest is what they portray on TV, and of course.
And that's like the movie Belly. Remember when they were supposedly driving through our city in the movie Belly? And we were so sad because it was nice to have our name out there like that in a movie. But if you notice, most movies, they shade us. And so, like, the dude walking around with the banana, ain't no niggas walking around here with no motherfucking banana in their mouth. What the fuck? We was like, a lot of us was really offended. Like, if y'all really came to our hood, and I'm telling you, when I have family come here that never been here, oh my God, they're literally scared. Because we have hoods.
I never saw Belly.
The next city.
Yeah. I never saw Belly, but
one day when you ain't got nothing else to do and your life is at a boring standstill. But it's entertaining. I'm not gonna hold you. It's entertaining. Okay. It's very funny. It has a lot of funny moments throughout the movie. It's because it's kind of comedic, at the same time.
Okay, because I was thinking, you know how I am about violence and stuff. I don't watch stuff with a whole bunch.
But it's not a lot of violence in Belly. I mean, it is violence, but it's not overly violent. It's not.
I didn't know.
It's more comedy. To me, it's more comedy. Like,
I'm gonna check it out, dude. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out, watch it, and then let me know what you think. Maybe we can discuss.
So in the movie, they drove through Nebraska and had the black folks walking around with bananas.
They were acting like they were, because, back in the day, this was so a lot of people don't know, when the Midwest in the 70s, 80s, 90s, this was like the money pot. This was like the telemarketing kingdom, the telemarketing, we had like thousands of telemarketing companies right here.
I knew about the credit card.
UP, Union Pacific, everything met here, everything left here. We got the Missouri River, the Mighty Mo, that goes all the way down to the SIP. You know what I'm saying? It's like this was like we are literally the center of the United States. Literally. So a lot of times when people come from the West, the North, the East, the South, they go through here. The drugs, when I say the drugs was drugging in the 70s, 80s, the gangs, all the gang members was coming from Cali, coming from everywhere, coming here, starting up gangs, starting up drugs, starting up all that kind of shit. I mean, it was so heavily drug infested and gang infested. We was on the news all the time. We used to have motherfuckers from CNN walking these streets. It used to be so bad here. Back in the day, it was so bad. Niggas was dropping like flies every fucking day over violence, drugs, gangs. It was bad. So they picked the right city to do that movie, because we're in the city, we're in the center of the United States, and that's where a lot of the drugs was being trafficked right here.
Yeah.
And it was real low key, because most people ain't gonna think right here in the Midwest.
Right.
But it was the same with like KC. It was the same with like St. Louis. It was the same with like Des Moines, Iowa. People didn't expect the drugs to be that heavily infested in those areas, because they weren't for a long time. But people start realizing how many people were here, especially the Black people in these areas. Like, we are really chunky here, and people don't realize that. And when you come here, people are kind of like starstruck. I mean, mouth all to the floor, because they can't believe how many Black people live here.
Oh, okay.
And then when
what y'all doing? Starstruck.
They be like, oh my God, people live in these, like, when we go through the hood, it's like, it be hooded.
And see, that one of my sorors, I was talking to her last week, and she from Iowa. And I was like, you know what? I learned my lesson about passing judgment on people from the Midwest. Because I was telling her about you. I said, one of my YouTube friends, she's from Nebraska. And since following her, I have learned so much that I didn't know. Because like when she said Iowa, first thing I was going to say, and I was like, you know what? I ain't even going to say that because I done learned better now.
You know what? Have you heard of Davenport, Iowa?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
I'm gonna tell you this. One of my cousins' baby moms is from there. And before I met her, I used to think of what people think about here. There.
Right. Because we grew up all y'all
people in Davenport, Iowa. She's like, girl, one time I went to Davenport. I'm telling you, it was like a little Atlanta. I was like, what the fuck? Iowa?
Okay. That's not close as Iowa to y'all.
Iowa is literally if you leave my house and drive about 10 minutes. No. I say in good traffic, light traffic, I say 15 minutes. I'm in Iowa.
Really? You know, geography was not my subject.
Council Bluffs, because Council Bluffs is nothing but a bridge. On every side of us, because we're one of those states where we're totally surrounded by states. You know, a lot of states. We are a lot of states. So we got Kansas, we got Missouri, we got Iowa, we got Minnesota, we got we're totally locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So in like 3 different areas you can get to Iowa from our city, but it's all over bridges, over water, over the Mighty Mo, over Missouri.
How close are y'all to Kansas?
You got what?
Are y'all close to Kansas?
Yeah, Kansas is bordering us too. Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and wait a minute. Kansas, Missouri. Hold on. Now you gonna have me pull up a motherfucking map. Hold up.
But you know, you can tell me anything right now.
Okay, I've been out of school for a long time. Okay.
Our geography teacher was the basketball coach. We ain't learning shit.
Okay. So South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, and Wyoming. I said Minnesota. I'm dead. Damn. I said Minnesota. But South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, and Wyoming, we are what is considered a locked-in state. A locked-in state is a state that's surrounded by at least 4 or 5 states.
Y'all surrounded by states.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my niece went to college in Kansas for the first 2 years. She just finished up last summer, but I didn't get a chance to go, see where she was. That's why I was asking how close y'all were to Kansas.
Oh, we real close to Kansas. South Dakota's to the north, Iowa's to the east, Missouri is to the southeast, Kansas is directly south, Colorado southwest, and Wyoming is to the west.
Okay.
So we're totally surrounded. And that's why I say when the drugs and stuff was real heavy back in the 70s and the 80s, a lot of people came. I-80, that's all I gotta say. I-80 goes from one side of the United States all the way to the other side of the United States. It goes from the east to the west, north to the south.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know I-80, 95 running through our way.
Yeah, I-80 is a very well-traveled highway.
Okay.
Yep, I-80, you can get to almost anywhere on I-80. Like, seriously. You can stay on I-80 and go all the way up north, go all the way down south.
Oh, so it veers off?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's like when we leave here and go anywhere, it's I-80. It takes us a long way.
Yeah.
Like pull up the state. Pull up the map. Pull up the map. Just pull up a map right now, and you'll see I-80 going all the way across the United States. All the way from Cali all the way up to damn near New York, and it comes through. Just look up I-80 interstate. You see it?
Oh no, my computer. Okay. Yep, I see it from San Francisco all the way to New York.
Yep. Told you it goes all the way across the United States. And that was very well traveled for drugs, guns, gangs, all that kind of shit. And it was crazy because the people who were in the gangs, like a lot of our the infiltration of drugs and gangs came from Cali. It came from the West. And I remember when I was I had just finished high school, and there was this guy from Cali, and his name was LA. He was fine than a motherfucker. Boy, that nigga, he was fine. He had a mouthful of gold. And he brought a whole bunch of shit. He brought a whole bunch of shit up here. And I mean, all the girls wanted him. He was this girl. His name was LA. I'll never forget his name. And he was from LA. And he came here. That was like in the 90s. And he came here and they took over. And what they do is they come up here, they distribute, they get people. You see in the movies, they go to different, they go to LA, they go to Cali, they go to Atlanta, they go to all these people, take all their drugs and get all these dealers. That's exactly what they did here. So that's always so different from any other state.
You know, I finally went and watched what's the one with Big Meech now?
Oh, you're talking about Black
whatever, BMF.
Yeah, BMF, Black Mafia Family.
I finally got a chance to tell, you know, at first I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was going to be a lot of violence and stuff. But I ended up watching it. It wasn't bad as I thought. But yeah, you know, they went to Ohio, then they was out in Kansas City or whatever. Then down in Atlanta, you know. Yep. So yeah.
Yep, that's exactly how it was. And I mean, it was like, one day, it was just like a whole bunch of drug dealers. Boy, it was everybody was a drug dealer. Everybody had 30-inch rims. Everybody had badass houses. I mean, it was the city was drug infested. Of course, the downside was a lot of people was dying. A lot of theft, a lot of broken homes, a lot of people walking the streets, lost, high. It was bad. And then the violence, and that's when we got a lot of attention from the news, from the world news back then. And they would be talking about us. Yeah, they would be talking about us. How many deaths?
I remember when
how many deaths in a month, how many deaths, murders, like it was bad.
Yeah. I remember when the South started getting like that. And it was like, because my thing was, it seemed like everybody was a fucking drug dealer. I'm like, how many drug dealers do we need?
Everybody was a drug dealer. All my relatives, everybody was a drug dealer.
I'm like, what's the competition like if everybody's selling drugs?
Girl, they was traveling here and dropping them.
Somebody charging $1 less than the next person because every fucking body was selling drugs.
Everybody, even the people you didn't think would ever touch a drug was selling drugs. It was easy money.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it and hearing about people that you wouldn't, like you said, you wouldn't even think was taking drugs, like had good jobs, and the dope dealer riding with them. This is back when you still got a paper check. They riding with them to the bank for to cash their check on Friday because they got to get what they own for all this, you know, stuff that's in front of them or whatever. And
that just was like you see the sexiest nigga from high school. 10 years later, he's like 80 pounds. Walking around the street talking to him. I mean, that shit was...
It was crazy. Yeah, because I mean, I ain't on front. We had some in the family too that were like that. they got swept up in all of that and they weren't selling, they were buying.
And it's all over. That's why when I hear people talk about the Midwest, they act like we dumb, like we don't know anything, like we're under a rock. Like life will be life in here. You really have to come to the Midwest, and I invite people, come to the Midwest. Let me know whenever you might be sliding. If you got family or friends, if you got work, you know, gotta come through, hit me up.
Yeah, because, you know, they think if you're not from New York, California, what's the other, Chicago or somewhere like that, you don't know real street stuff.
Girl, they used to call us Little Chi-Town in the 90s.
I remember you telling me that.
Our ratio for murders was the same as Chicago, except for we were a smaller city. But our ratios were the same. And I never forget when we was on national news. I'll never forget that shit. When we was on the national news and those people came here interviewing people in the hood. Are y'all safe here? Do y'all got bodyguards? Do y'all got security? Y'all just walking around here with cameras and shit?
Right. And then people were talking to him out in the open, because that's only like a damn sentence too.
Yep. People was talking to him around the open, and it's so many. Every now and then I play some old videos. Like you know how we celebrate Omaha Days every 2 years, right? I had dropped the old video. I mean, you know how we used to have them old ass cell phones where the video wasn't that good.
Yes, right. You know, you're under witness protection because it's so grainy.
Yes, I had dropped that, and the look at us back in the street and our hairstyles and our cars and us hanging out all night, like, oh my God, it's just so it's just, I don't know, it just does something to me, because this is a tradition that we have been celebrating for years. And I was like, back then I wasn't even thinking of recording shit like we do now.
How long they been doing Omaha Days?
Girl, since
before you was born?
Since like the 70s, but they used to call it what did it used to be called? I can't think of it right now. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it used to be called something else. Okay. But it goes all the way back to like the 70s and 80s and 90s. And it goes back really far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back really far. And they're so fun. And every now and then we have some violence. You know, like that one time me and Karma Diva, we was joking about that shit at my birthday for my birthday live last month. It was like, I remember at the hood table, as soon as we heard all the gunshots, she just took off and left me. I was like, you know the fuck right I did. Shit.
I remember y'all talking about this.
I took off, I was like, pew! And like 3 people died that night. So I'm like, hey, them bullets was close. They was too close for comfort. Shit, you know how a bullet sound like it's right behind you? Shit.
That's scary.
People was running over each other, and that was like right in the middle of Omaha Days, like 6 years ago. But these niggas up here don't be having no chill a lot of times. Shit.
Yeah. I avoid them spots. If I already know ahead of time it's gonna be crazy, oh, you ain't gonna see me over there.
Girl, but see, when you grow up in that type of environment, this is what I know. This is what I'm used to. A lot of times people say,
if people shooting, I ain't going.
Yeah, a lot of times people say, why you won't move out the hood? Why you still live in the hood? Why you still... I was born and raised. I love it here. I could live anywhere else in my city. I could. But I love it here. It's like, I don't know.
It's like I tell people about. It's like I tell people about being here. You know, people be like, you know, I know you glad you got it. I'm glad of what? I ain't saying the way I'm from. It don't matter to me.
There's a lot of people that have moved from here over the years, and they always come
back. Came back.
I just had a homeboy come back last year, and he had been gone for like 40 years, and he came back. And matter of fact, that was remember the retirement party I did that I catered, and I showed y'all all the footage.
Yeah.
And I even showed y'all. I even walked up to the guy who I was doing the catering for and talked to him while I was talking to y'all. That guy just moved back last year.
Okay.
But yeah, he was in the A. He was in the A for years down there in Atlanta, and moved back up here. But a lot of people
I stayed in Atlanta briefly, but I found out quick that wasn't for me.
Girl, I went to Atlanta, and let me say, I enjoyed my vacation time there. It was a week. I enjoyed it, but we fucked up when we picked a hotel that was so far from downtown.
Everything is far from every fucking thing, though. That's the thing. I get so frustrated because, you know, my brother, I lived there for a little while. My brother lived there. My best friends lived there. And, like, I get so pissed off because every time you come there, you know, they make plans what we going to do. And let's say the shit start at 7 o'clock. They talking about we need to leave at 4:30. I'm like, 4:30.
And I didn't drive. I didn't drive not one time.
I never drive.
As soon as we got to the A and I saw how they was driving, my cousin, by marriage, we always would go out of town together. Her kids, my kids, and whoever else wanted to ride, the friends of the kids or whatever. But her oldest son, he drove everywhere every time we left the hotel. He has no problems driving in that traffic. He can flow with him. He can speed with him. Girl, I trusted him with my life. But me personally, I could never. I tried to drive in that Atlanta traffic one time and I said, nope, I pulled that bitch over. Pulled that big ass SUV over because we always travel by SUV. The big body, okay. We don't be I don't want to get into the people that be traveling on here, but we be having suites and all that kind of shit, 3-4 bedrooms. But yeah, we travel well when we travel, okay. We don't be needing to raise no money.
So y'all drove down or flew down?
No, we fly, and then when we get there, we get rental cars.
Yeah.
Yep,
in my younger day, I didn't mind the flow of the traffic. What would frustrate me is when I was living there, I literally lived 12 miles from my job, and sometimes I would get out at 4:30 and wouldn't get home to 6. And I was like, this shit is fucking ridiculous.
That sounds like my bestie.
Oh, but like now that I'm over 50, once I get there, I park my car. I'm riding the rest of the weekend because I'm not going to be trying to drive out here.
That's
7
like
lanes of damn traffic and folks driving foolish and then by the time you realize what your exit is, you passed it 15 minutes ago.
Yep. My bestie lives in Florida and she had to drive. Like it took her like 2 hours to get to work, but she for the last few years she's been able to work from home. But that's how it was for her when she moved down there from here. But we went to 1 year we went to Fort Lauderdale and oh my God, the traffic is even bad in Fort Lauderdale. And one night, like the first night we got there and the last night we went to Miami. The first night we went there, I took my son to a Miami Heat game. It was tickets for his birthday. That was the whole reason for that trip, for my youngest son's birthday. And so I took him to the Miami Heat game because he was a big LeBron fan. And then so we drove, we literally let everybody off at the hotel. We showered, we ate, and me and my son, we just got in the SUV and we drove to Miami by ourselves and went to the game. And then we came back. And then I think they was having some type of carnival or something on the last night we was there in Miami. So we drove to Miami again. But that traffic, oh God.
You know what? I lived down there for 5 years. I will take Miami, Fort Lauderdale 95 traffic any day over living in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, now I ain't gonna hold you. It was nicer, less congested, but it was still bad to me. It was still bad.
It was bad, but it wasn't miserable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't miserable like the A. Like the A, it was like stand still, that type of shit.
And then it don't take you 2 hours to get somewhere that's 20 miles away. That's what get me about Atlanta. Like, then when you get there, the parking is fucked up, and you got to pay $50 to park your car. I remember in my younger day when we used to club a lot. They used to have a club downtown. Actually, the club that 112 was named after. It was Club 112. We would go to 112 down on Cortlandt Street, and we were trying to do the free 411. So we didn't drove down there because this is when we had first got out of college. Ain't nobody had no money for real. So we had enough to get in the club or just to pay for the parking. And then what they would be bad about is holding up the line so that the time ran out before you got to the door. It was a bunch of time. We had to turn around, come on back home, because all we had was exact money. Because we weren't worried about once we got in there, like somebody gonna buy us a drink.
Somebody gonna buy you a drink. That's what I used to love about going out. Some nigga gonna buy me a drink. I'm supposed to have my own money, but
you had to pay $20 to park. So it was $20 to park, and then it's $10 to get in the club if you don't get there before 11. So we be ass out sometimes. We had to find somewhere else to go, but it was Esso that was downtown. It was 112. All of them was on Cortlandt Street in downtown Atlanta. It wasn't nothing, because I was telling my friends recently, my niece, the one I was talking about that was in Kansas. Now she'll hit the road in a minute and call me and be like, TT, I need some gas money. I was like, I can't even fuss there, because it was plenty of times that my bestie would call me, because I lived in Birmingham. Birmingham to Atlanta is about 2 hours. So she'd be like, if you got gas money, get here. I got us for the club. I'm headed down the road, I ain't got a dime. So I was like, you know what? I'd be a hypocrite if I get in her ass, because I did the same damn thing.
Girl, you know what? That was a shock to me, because when we went to Atlanta, remember the Club Ivory where Kaya Remember, she used to do her shows there. Her Queen.
I didn't watch Kaya.
Okay, well, Kaya, at a certain point, she would do like her shows there at Club Ivory. So I really wanted to go to the Club Ivory because I had heard about it. I had heard they got good food. I had heard, so many different things. So when we got to Atlanta, we all got dressed up to go to the club. We went on a night where Kaya was usually there, but she wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
her live comedy shows and shit. And so we stayed though, but when we got there, it was like $20 to park. And that was a shocker to me because where we are from, we don't pay to park to go to clubs or go.
We didn't do that either back in the day. Now they might try to charge you now, but back in the day, when Atlanta was doing that,
there is nowhere in this city.
Oh wow!
And that's from the east to the south to the north to the west. There is nowhere in the city where you have to pay to park at any establishment. Now, when it comes to like maybe a concert at the Civic Auditorium or something like that, arena, that's different. But just for a restaurant or a venue or no,
depending on where you at here, I mean, but more so, Atlanta, down there in Florida, Miami area, you gonna pay just to go to the damn beach to park your car. For to go to the beach, I'm just like, what the fuck? And then it'll, they let you do the one like you don't put the money in no more. You got to do it the electronic way, and all of that stuff. And I'll be like, shit, this shit is ridiculous.
Maybe it's because they don't have a lot of street parking.
Well,
that's the difference with us. We be having a lot of street parking, and if you can't find nowhere close up, I ain't gonna hold you. You might gotta walk maybe 2 blocks to get there. I didn't walk. There's a certain movie theater where I have walked like 3 blocks to get to the movie theater. But
so they don't have a parking lot that'll hold.
No, they have parking. They have parking around the locations, around the restaurants, but they're free. All the restaurant parking lots, the movie parking lots, they're free. And then you might, if you can't get in there, then you might have to park,
down the street.
But it's still free. So that was a shocker to me when we went to Atlanta, and everywhere we went, they wanted to charge us to park in a parking lot. We wasn't. They don't charge us. Yeah, we wasn't used to that, but we paid. I mean, we paid. We would split shit up.
A lot of times you gonna pay the park. A lot of times in Atlanta, you gonna pay the park. You still got to walk 5 or 6 fucking blocks before you get to the damn place. That shit get me too.
So one time I might pay, then one time somebody else on the trip with us might pay, then the next time somebody might pay. And girl, when I tell you, we travel good, okay? We would have like 2-3 rentals.
Mm-hmm.
We would have like 2-3 that's how deep we would be when we travel.
Rental cars?
Yes.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm talking SUVs.
I usually travel by myself, so
girl, we would take up a whole corner of a plane. And when I say suites, we would have like 2-3 suites when we travel.
Yeah, because you know what? They do get expensive, y'all flying.
Girl, and mind you, when my kids were young, I'm paying for their shit. I'm paying for my shit. I'm paying for everything. Still got 3, 4, 5 G's going out of town. Like that's why
you didn't have to tell me about that because
these people, when they be traveling on this YouTube, I be like, if I ain't got it, I'm not going.
See, that's me too. Unless it's like some dire circumstance where I gotta get somewhere.
You gotta get somewhere, like a funeral, somebody's sick.
Right. You know, but as far as going on a vacation, if I can't afford to do what I want to do, I'm like you, I'm gonna stay at home. I got, when I lived down in South Florida, of course, Miami is at the bottom of the fucking state. I drove home, I'm gonna say right before I got married, I drove home. It was like 13 fucking hours. It took 8 hours to get out of Florida. Mm-hmm. I said then, I was like, unless I'm coming home for like 2 weeks, I will never do this again. So, of course, I had to fly. So then after I had Naya, for the first 2 years, she, I ain't had to pay. Every time after that, all the way up until now, I be like, and especially when she was like 3, I'm like, this little helper sitting in my lap the whole time anyway, and I got to pay for a whole seat. That shit was crazy to me.
Girl, having them kids and traveling with your kids, and every time you go to the mall and every time you gotta go out to eat, you gotta have money. That's why I'll be looking at these fools like, ain't no way I'll be traveling somewhere and I gotta raise money on YouTube.
Oh yeah, like these Cations that they be doing.
Girl, I will stay home. Ain't no shame. If I ain't got it, I'm staying home.
Me too.
I'm staying home.
Especially since I got older, I ain't no daredevil about no shit like that now. I need to know what my accommodations is gonna be like and everything. I need to have I's dotted and T's crossed because I ain't
And I gotta have my own room, and I don't do the whole. I gotta have a kitchen. I got a kitchen. We be having the whole kitchen, stove.
So do y'all do the
dining room?
Do y'all do the what you call it now? Like Jay Wilson had. What you call them?
What?
Airbnbs?
No, we don't do Airbnbs.
Okay, you just do the suites.
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of those Airbnbs.
Yeah, I've never stayed in an Airbnb.
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of Airbnbs. Some of them, they be having private secret cameras. They take your money, you get there and somebody else owns the house. It's just a lot of different things that be going on. What the hell is this?
But see, a lot of people down this way, because we so close to Tennessee, they do those cabins. They go to like what is it called? Gatlinburg, and those are I guess kind of like Airbnbs, because the cabins will be like huge, like it'll hold like 3 families and stuff. I ain't never went out there, but I think a lot of people do that out this way, because where I am now, I'm just an hour from the Tennessee state line.
So, girl, somebody just dropped some shit in my bag tag.
What they saying?
They doxing somebody.
Oh, you know who that is?
Who is that?
You see Sacramento, don't you?
Yeah.
Who we were talking about earlier?
No. Oh.
Yeah, they wrong for that, because that's his mom's name.
That is his. Oh, y'all. Oh.
Why people do stuff like that?
Oh.
I don't get it.
Oh.
What's the point? I just don't. I don't.
You. Oh.
Actually,
yeah. On that note, I'm about to get off here and eat my pinto beans.
You got me know the last part of my work day.
They smell so good. I'm looking down the hall at the kitchen at my crock pot sitting on the table.
It's calling you like, come on.
Girl, I got that sweet cornbread.
Well, this was fun getting caught up.
I know we got to do this a little more often. I
still be missing Friday Night Live from back when we was taking a shot every hour.
I be trying, Mel. I promise you.
I know it's hard with everybody.
It got so hard to be able to get everybody, and I just feel like I cannot do a Friday Night Live without the whole crew. Because
when I first found y'all, it was Cislo, it was you, it was what's your friend that's down in Texas?
Bro and sis.
Bro and sis.
And Champagne and Bro.
And what was the other guy, the one who him and Cislo used to flirt all the time? I can't remember his name, but it was like all of y'all up there, and then I started jumping up there with y'all. That used to be fun.
I can't remember who she used to flirt with.
I don't remember his name, but it was him, Bro, Karma Diva, Cislo.
And then it became, it came into Choreo. Remember she started joining us?
Well, see, I don't remember. Choreo used to get on the Friday night one.
Sometimes, like towards the end
Because I remember Barry Carey get on there too a little bit before she started her.
A lot of other people have joined us, so it wasn't just us, but it would be other people getting the link.
But that was like the core group.
That was like the core group, and then we would always have the link drop so anybody could hit the link. Whoa, cut up. That was so fun, and we'd be on here for so long and be like, "Damn, we've been on here for 4 hours."
Yeah, and you couldn't even tell it went by so fast.
Yep, be tired.
But that was like during COVID too, wasn't it?
It was, and then it kind of died down after everybody kept getting back to their routines and getting back to work, and bro had got a job and all that kind of stuff. So it was just it was kind of hard for everybody. So I kind of like just let it go. And then every now and then, they might hit me up, be like, "Let's go live." I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for your next notification.
All right, I'm trying to do a whole month.
I see you've been doing something almost every day.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a whole month. I'm just trying to kick that algorithm back up, and then starting in February, I'll probably do like every other day. But for this first month, I'm really trying to get back into the algorithm.
All right.
So we'll see how I go. I'll check my numbers after the end of the month. We'll see how we'll go from there.
All right. Well, talk to you later. Keep it hood.
All right. Love you, sugar.
All right. Love you too.
All right. Have a good night. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. To those of you who tuned in and joined in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. We was a small crowd tonight, but you know how it goes. No matter what size of the crowd, we got on here and do what we do, and we do it as well as we can. Okay, we're giving you the commentary and the engagement and things like that. Make sure you like and share the video. If you haven't already, do so on your way out. If you didn't do it on your way in, subscribe to the channel. If you happen to be new here, please and thank you. Hit that notification bell so that you will be notified. We're trying to get back in the algorithm. So make sure you hit that notification bell if you happen to be new here. And as always, you guys, well, first of all, let me say stay warm. Continue to stay warm, especially those of y'all who are in those very frigid sub-zero temps. We're going to be in the subs tonight. But I think tomorrow is supposed to get up to, matter of fact, where is it? I had it up here earlier. Here it is. Okay, so today the low was 12. Tomorrow the high is 25, low 9. So Wednesday 32 and 13, 24 and 6. Friday 15 for the high, 0 for the low. So yeah, it's gonna be cold here, just like a lot of other places. Stay bundled up, stay warm. Remember, especially those of y'all who are not used to these temperatures in the area that you are from, get you like blankets, emergency kits, flashlights, shovels, a bag of rock salt, a bag of sand, just in case you get stuck, a little shovel, water, snacks, covers, a little radio. See, people like, from the Midwest like me or up north, we know what it's like. We know how to deal with these temperatures. We ain't used to it, okay? We ain't new to it, okay, at all. So we know how when we go out. When I go out, I make sure go to the gas station, have them tap you off, make sure your oils is good, your windshield wiper fluid, all that kind of stuff. Make sure your car is good so that you don't get stranded, the car break down somewhere, because it's I've been looking at the news across the nation. So many people have died out there in the snow, in the cold. So many people. I just saw another story. I think it was a college kid that the family had been looking for, and they found them in their car in the cold. They had went off the road or some shit. Oh, that would just, oh God, that would just kill me if that was one of my kids. So, to the people who've been losing people out there, you gotta, check on your loved ones, check on your elderly, check on your neighbors, your pets. Don't just throw your pets outside and just let them go out there. Put them on a leash, walk them outside, let them do their shit. If they take too long doing their shit, snatch their ass back in the house. Okay, we come back in another 3 to 4 hours. But them pets can get really cold. Their feet can get frostbite. I said feet, you know what I mean? They paws can get frostbite and all that kind of shit. So be careful with your pets. You know, they family too. They children to some people. And it is really sad, Mel. It's very sad. The people out here in these frigid weathers, you know, frigid temperatures that are, you know, passing away, get stuck out there in the cold. But yeah, so stay warm, you guys. But as we always end the show, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.